step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Earth's a flat plane, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Jaren said it first, now I'm chasing the truth. First wanna know, is he shilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the fight. With this line, Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling, what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on a 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah.
And we're off. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Hope you're having a fine Saturday today. Kicking off with BALLBUSTERS 130 something. Get into some new stuff today. Let's see what's happening over in Discord. See if there's any VC over in the VC. Are there any VCs in the VC?
I do have a name.
PVC.
I do have a name. The distinguished Nathan Oakley, ladies and gentlemen.
It's me. That's me. I have my name. Hello. Yes. I'm here.
How was your nap?
It's very good. I have to take a nap on a Saturday, otherwise I'll reach the point of exhaustion by the end of a BALLBUSTERS.
Ah, fair enough. How you doing?
Very well.
Are you rested?
Adam?
Adam!
Very well.
Yes, sir.
Are you back from Italy?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm back in the UK. So I said I went to the match today, mate. Been a bit of a rush.
All right.
When are we going to be working on the book again? Because I've got lots of people asking, when's the book coming out?
Well, there's this pesky thing called a QE Live on a Tuesday. I'm free Monday if you guys are. I think we should.
Let's do
He's
Monday.
already given me a dig and said he's expecting some prep work done. Before we get there. On Coriolis. So I'll try and have a little look before we meet up.
What do you mean try to have a little look? You were supposed to square that away before.
Definitely be having a good look.
Okay, now it's a good look. I tell you what, that good look be the end of the damn chapter. That's what the good look should be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. It's not going to be.
I'm saying yes, sir, to QE, while QE whips Adam to get my book done. QE, Adam.
Productive dynamics, that's called.
It's good to have you back.
Delegated.
Yeah,
Delegated the delegation.
What are you yammering about now?
There's
Like
never been a
delegation.
bigger time for this book, a bigger need for its contents. We do have to plow on.
I think it'll come out when right around the dust settling part, hopefully. That would be.
Might be getting. Go on, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's something completely off topic. I was saying my daughter said that she wants to make YouTube videos, and she's got a horrendous mic on her laptop. And obviously, all we do most shows when we talk to anybody else is get your mic sorted.
Sure.
She's made one video, like, I'll get you a new mic. Found one on one of the second-hand stores that we have here in the UK called Sex, spelt C-E-X. They had a mic on there that was very cheap, but advertised as USB with a picture of an XLR mic on it. Like, it's cheap. Might not work for her, but if it doesn't, if it comes in as XLR, I'll end up with a semi-useless mic. I mean, I'll probably fiddle with it for a day and then get sick of it. But if not, she'll have it.
That's an
if you see a new
amazing
mic,
story.
you'll know why.
Thanks. That's an amazing story. I wish you all the success.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought it was
New
important to get
microphone,
right
who
at the
this?
beginning of the live show. People want to know this sort of stuff. It's important.
Somebody was rumpusing you. Go ahead.
New microphone, who this?
Who is that? Elijah?
Yes, it is. What's up, y'all?
God. At least you sound good for now.
You sound very good.
That's a
Talk
new
more,
microphone.
talk more.
Yeah.
This stuff is important.
I have to turn him down. I would like to make a shout out, like I said, to Betty. She's going through such a challenging time right now. Don't want to get into details, but if you could throw some prayers her way, that would be helpful, and thank you. All right, so today we're going to do a little switch up. I was going to head back to the same video that we're reviewing the past few days with Boy Zero, the Sky Grifter, a.k.a. Mr. Ping Pong Golf Ball. We're going to take a time out from that. Last night, I was interrupted right before I went to bed with a video from Zetetic Warrior and Nachiketa. Now, I don't know these people, but I heard their names with Jaren's poem, which the distinguished Nathan Oakley and I was a part of also. So they had to be doing something right. So I gave it. It came across my desk, and I afforded it to courtesy. And when I was listening to it, I said, well, let's break it up a little bit today and go this route. So that's going to be my gift to you, and we're going to get right into it. How about that? No pussyfooting around.
Sounds awesome.
Am I hearing things? Nachiketa is going to be up past. Oh dear. Okay.
Okay. Do you
this
know?
This is going to be a car crash.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I've conversed with him a little bit. He kind of like got in touch with the Iron Realm guys as I was leaving. And then I caught up with him in Q and Fee. What's his name that claims American football's fake as well? Jake the asshole.
American football's fake.
Yeah. Sorry, it's how my mind organised. Yeah. And chatting with him a little bit and said, "Oh, you should maybe talk." Well, it was prior to the Antarctica trip, and I never did get round to do it. It was during the summer. I don't think he's your cup of tea because he's got no idea what scientific method is. I'm not an attack on him. He's like one of these truthers that is on a path that our stuff seems to evade him, like many.
Really?
Genuine guy. Yeah, but he's into all sorts of stuff though as well. He pops up in all sorts of places with alternative history, David Ewan Jr., all sorts of alternative stuff. It's like a Japanese me, I think.
He's like a Japanese me. Is that what you said?
Don't know if he's Japanese, but
oh my god! Does he drink?
Okay.
Okay. Anyone? I know this is. I shouldn't do this, but anyone else been around Zetetic Warrior or Nachiketa? I think they've teamed up or something. So anyone familiar with these guys? You don't have to give your opinion. I'm just if you know of them.
I've had a couple of interactions from memory with Zetetic Warrior. I couldn't remember who he was when you first re-mentioned him to me earlier today, as you well know. But just so the audience is up to speed with what I told you earlier, I'm familiar with him.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm very familiar. I'm subscribed to him. He gave Jaren. He was the first one to tell Jaren about the false dichotomy, about the TFE expert.
What do you mean? Tell Jaren? I mean, was he on one of Jaren's shows or something?
Yeah, he was on Jaren's show. It was like an hour, and I mean, he just embarrassed Jaren for like an hour.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's something you would love to go through too.
Huh. I'll tell you what. Go ahead and DM me. Go ahead. If you have a link to that, go ahead and DM it to me, please.
Sure. On that subject, did anybody watch Bro Sanchez do the same thing last night? That was the best. I was busy playing
Was
computer.
Jaren actually on? Jaren on with
mate.
Bro Sanchez, see?
I schooled him.
But I thought that he just. I thought. Hold on. Hold on. I thought Bro Sanchez just did a rehash of the former video of a year ago.
Like I said, I was playing. I just heard him challenge him and saying, "No, this is not. You know,
Was it live or was it recorded?
It was the throwback. Sorry, yeah, I found it. It's the throwback. But
yeah,
that was on last night.
Yeah, that's a throwback to a video from. Not that it's not important. It's not important whether it's in this case. It's important whether it's live or recorded, just on timing's sake. You follow?
What was noticeable then is I didn't know it was a throwback, yet Jaren's responses were actually commensurate with him already conceding flat Earth. I heard Bro Sanchez telling him, "What's the sun got to do with anything, bruv?" Yeah, just completely schooling him again and again, and then to the point of saying, "I believe lots of stuff, and I'm not bringing it into this arena." It was, yeah. Shout out to that. That's worth watching, if nothing else, of how to deal with somebody who's trying to paint a false paradigm. That's what was apparent.
Okay,
from Jaren.
Okay. Well, we don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm just asking if anyone knew of Zetetic Warrior. I'm not saying that. I mean no disrespect by that. I just haven't run across the gentleman. All right? That doesn't mean anything. I just haven't ran across him. It happens. But I did run across this last night, and that's what we're going to be going over. All right? Good? You guys in Discord, you all hooked up? You got QE Live in there?
Ready to roll.
Go ahead and join. I'm gonna do a 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, whatever, and we'll get a radio check from both Discord and YouTube. So out there on YouTube, here we go.
All right. Yes, that is correct.
All right. Did everyone get radio check? How about that? Sound good?
Right.
All good in Discord.
Okay. YouTube, just give me a thumbs up on the radio check, and then we'll get rolling. There's a bit of a delay. Boy, that wasn't much of a delay. Thanks, Stephen Davies.
Yes,
He's always on.
It's all fine in YouTube.
Ah, shut up. Stephen Davies, shout out to Stephen. He always gives me the thumbs up, and it was real good. Appreciate that. Here we go. I didn't mean, I meant it. I meant shut up in the nicest way possible. All right. Here we go. This is Zetetic Warrior.
All right. Yes, that is correct. You have found your way to Z Show. With, of course, me, your ever faithful host. Z, one letter, one syllable. That's all it takes, really. It's not complicated around here. I mean, I have a longer name, Zetetic.
This is deep.
But that's a lot to handle for some people.
Baltards.
So it's just Z.
Baltards, maybe.
Easy enough. Either way, welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome, old friends, and welcome, new friends. And what do they say? Well, a stranger is simply a friend you have not met yet.
Well, they're morons.
So we're all friends here.
as far as you know.
So come one, come all. Gather round for the show that never ends.
What do you mean never ends? It ended at 4 hours and 20 minutes and 13 seconds.
Did you sort out timestamps for this?
Yes, I did, and we're going over this.
Jolly good.
Show that's, well,
Well, if you want a never-ending show, you tune in to Ballbusters or QE Live the past few times. They crushed this 4 hours and 20 minutes, by the way. This one won't.
the show that's about me and everything that goes on inside my imagination.
Uh-oh.
Greetings.
Was greetings in your imagination?
So, what shall we talk about?
Your sister. I'm just messing with you, man. That it's just part of my shtick. Nothing personal. Don't worry about it.
I can't hear you. It's a video.
Anybody have any ideas? Any guesses? I saw some person write in a comment that they haven't heard Z talk too much about this final experiment.
You better have stated it wasn't an experiment. Tell you that much.
My thought was, well, maybe you're new or maybe you're not paying attention, because Z was kind of the guy talking about this final experiment pretty much before anybody. And Nachiketa, of course. He'll be joining us.
Or
Really? Okay.
could be a zetetic experiment.
What?
It could be a zetetic experiment as
What?
opposed to a scientific experiment.
No, that's equivocation. Fallacy. by
And
the way.
also,
No,
you
It's
do this the
not.
whole time.
It's part of Robotom's principles.
I don't care
Talk
whose
about-
principles it were.
Does he talk about himself in the third person the whole time?
I can't remember.
Today.
That's how you know he knows shit.
But
No
we were
shit
the ones
too.
Hey.
who
Sorry, I won't do that again.
kind of
Hey.
Sorry, I'll try not to do that again.
started this whole thing.
I-
One.
Adam, sorry
Two.
too.
I was kind of the guy that told Jaren, hey, you're kind of making a false dichotomy here, Jaren. And
You were kind of the guy, or you were the guy? And is he kind of making a logical fallacy, or you have to get more precise with your language?
the optics of the sky really can't tell you much about the physical world that we live in. Yeah, that was me, everybody. Just in case you weren't paying attention. Yeah,
I never said that in my life. Now, the optics of the sky, I don't know if I'd have said it that way. You know, I don't know, optics of the sky, huh? But I get where you're going with this. I don't think you were like the first one, and it wouldn't matter anyway.
I'll give myself the flowers. I'm not expecting many flowers from all y'all
Is there a funeral?
out
There's got to
there.
be some distinctions on here. Sorry, before you start again. When people say, this sky, what does the sky prove? Well, we've mapped the world by using elevation angles to the stars and their ground positions. In other words, when you're talking about where the stars are above the ground at a given time, they're incredibly useful. That's how we navigate. There's this phraseology that is bandied around at the moment that, well, so the sky got to do with anything? Well, quite a lot, actually. We do use it in a practical way. Just in this example, the sky is not much use for determining the shape of the ground when you observe the 24-hour sun.
Sure. Yes. There's nuances to it, but you're correct. Yes.
I mean, my audience, I know you guys will give me the flowers. But all the rest of y'all, yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it happened here. Get it?
But we got it.
We told you how this was going down,
Oh, you did?
and we were correct 100%.
Let's see it.
From the observation to the fallout to the media coverage.
It didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what was going to happen, though. You know what I mean? Z?
And to, of course, our wonderful friend, Mr. Jaren Campanella, leaving the Flat Earth community. We called it all, and you all were here for it.
Shout out to Home Depot.
Thank you. I see the flowers coming in. Thank you. I don't mind patting myself on the back here.
That's it. Apparently, you don't.
It's okay.
I'm not saying he
Yeah.
hasn't, but there's no actual breakdown come our way about what fallacy. He said false dichotomy, correct?
Yeah, he made.
What was that false dichotomy?
Yeah, that's
Did he
true.
break it down at some point?
Sorry, I was stepping all over you. Go ahead and finish.
I just want to know if he breaks it down at some point. That is to say, I'm not suggesting he didn't point out to Jaren that there's a false dichotomy. It's just, if I was to do that in this moment and say, the whole TFE thing was an affirming the consequent fallacy for the globe, assuming antipodal positioning, and for the flat Earth, when assuming an azimuthal equidistant globe projection. Those two positions, both globe-centric, put in false dichotomy with one another. So even though I'm not fully breaking down both affirming the consequence, I've got two positions to suggest that when I say it was a false dichotomy, I can example what they were. He hasn't done that yet.
No, he has not.
Before you press play, was it Amir that said he'd seen this guy? I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, is he just like bigging himself up, neck on the line, and called this? I don't know him, so it's hard to know, because he might be sitting there going, yes, see, I told you Jaren was a shill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he might just be...
welcome to the party, pal.
That's why I was asking, was it Amir that said, who said they'd heard him a bit?
They heard
Yeah,
him.
I just forwarded. I forwarded the. It's on Jaren's channel, but he was on there for almost an hour explaining this to Jaren like 4 months ago.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. I'd like to hear what his false dichotomy is. I mean, 30 seconds after the final fraud came out, we said it was a demonstrable pseudoscience non-experiment. You had two affirming the consequent formological fallacies, one based in the globe, one based on the flat Earth, you can loosely say, by the two earthers, all wrapped up in a false dichotomy. So, I don't know, 30 seconds after it come out, we were on top of it, but if you want to be first, that's okay. I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't matter. So, let's see what else you got.
I've got a problem.
Quickly.
Oh, let me be quick.
All right, then we'll continue. Come on, Z, say something before Adam does.
We'll put the link in later.
Jesus.
We'll do the show first. We have a show to do. I have things to do. Nachiketa is waiting patiently, likely in the lotus position. We all know Nachiketa. He's one of those meditation guys.
Really?
Yoga, the whole nine.
The whole nine? Is he like, does he got his chi squared away?
It's
Word is in
Brian.
the street.
It's Brian.
He's a
Whole
tantric
nine.
man.
The whole nine from Brian. The whole nine potatoes. Where's he at, by the way? Is he in here?
Yeah, he said he was. They said I'll see you tomorrow. I spoke to him last night. So
He's always late.
Master. That's right, ladies. Look out.
So is he a lady killer? All right.
So, yes, Nachiketa is waiting patiently.
Yeah, we heard that. We heard that already. Let's
We
get
need
on
to do
with
our
it.
little thing here first. We need to get it.
What's your little? You're gonna do your little thing here first. Well, let's get on with the little thing.
Waiting patiently. But we need to do our little thing here first. We need to get it out.
No, don't get. This is a family show. Keep your little thing in. Okay.
But I'll bring you up. I want to talk to y'all tonight because I'm expecting a little pushback. Because I know a lot of you all, you're going to tell me this whole final experiment was fake.
No, it wasn't fake. It wasn't an experiment. See, I think you've already compromised yourself. I haven't heard you say that this was a non-experiment. Why not?
From the top down. Because your favorite content creator can't let go of their circling sun.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
And the model that they've adhered to.
Model? What model? There is no model. Globetards don't have a model, that's for sure. The flatties don't have one either. No one knows what a scientific model is. I come out here 8 years ago. It's going to be 9 years. here in a few months. Telling you guys this. Why? What the hell is going on? Even people on my panel, they need electroshock therapy to get model out of their brain. What's up with this
That's
model
Nathan
crap?
what a model is.
No one knows what they don't know what it is, then they don't have one. Even if they did know what it was.
For these last 10 years. So I'm waiting for y'all. I'm ready for it.
Has he been out here for 10 years, this Zetetic guy?
Yes.
Really?
XJLB.
He's never come across my path. He wasn't on the circuit in the beginning, that's for sure.
He's been around forever.
All right.
Don't worry.
Shouldn't he know that what a model is and what a model isn't then? Doesn't that indict him even further? That's what I thought.
We'll get into it.
But I hope we will.
Am I saying 100% that it couldn't be? No.
That it couldn't be what? That's a sentence fragment. Couldn't be what?
They might have faked it. I just don't think they did.
Who cares? It's irrelevant. It's a nothing burger.
I'm going to put my money on it.
Go ahead. You can put all the money you want on it.
I think they went down there and saw the circling sun.
That's amazing.
I think Will Duffy knew exactly what that sun was going to do before he brought those idiots down there.
Well, you got idiots, right?
And if you think otherwise,
Agree with
we'll
you.
talk about it.
Say again?
I want to seem at least slightly agreeable with him, and in that instance, I agree with him. Globe believers, that's Toon and Duffy, were too cocksure the lead up. They gave themselves away. So when he says they knew what was going to happen,
Sure.
I'd agree.
Yep. I would too.
About it. You can make hit pieces. They're already coming. We had a nice little hit piece from one Eddie Banjo. Eddie, are you listening over there? I don't know what time it is in Japan. Maybe you're just getting up or whatever it is. You might be sleeping. You'll hear this, Eddie. Eddie, what are you doing? You're losing your mind. You're going to do a hit piece on Nachiketa? Eddie, you're a pseudo-intellectual at best, but we're going to go into it.
Damn.
Right.
We're going to go into it. We're not
Okay,
gonna-
I appreciate his grievance, right? Because we do similar things. But in terms of people like Earth Banjo, I actually want to help them along. That is to say, mentor them in the right arguments. Now, this guy's, going all guns blazing against Earth Banjo, and maybe he's justified. I haven't watched this, but I don't know. I think Flat Earth Banjo will definitely be around once the dust settles. And the fact that he's doubling down on the azimuthal equidistant map is probably why he's got this objection. And to a certain degree, I do agree with him. But I don't know. I think maybe different approaches required now that TFE's out of the way. Right? Maybe putting our arms around these people rather than shunning them is a better approach. Now, that might sound a bit out of character for me, and Quantum Eraser especially. But I'm just saying. It's been my attitude. I've been approaching people, like Banjo included. I've sent him an email. He hasn't responded yet, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I've said, look, I'd like to talk to him.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I got you.
I'm going to spend it all here. We're going to get into Eddie and his circling sun that he loves so much. But y'all just want to call it fake because it's easy.
We're not calling it fake. We said it was a non-experiment pseudoscience fraud. Two, affirming the consequent formological fallacies from both sides in wrapped up in a false dichotomy. That's it.
But little do you
He's
know,
he's
you're
not
playing.
addressing us there,
Say again?
is he? He's not addressing us there, is he? He's actually saying, guys, you just want to call. He said, I think we've been there, and they went there and they saw it, right?
Yep.
You guys just want to say it's all fake. Well, whether the merits of what it is or not, and he's saying that because it's easy to do that. Yeah. He's not saying you're incorrect or not. He's just saying you're only saying it because that's the easy thing to say.
I'm not saying it.
Not this. He's saying it very slower than I would. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with him.
I'm not. My disagreement is you all. Not you all. That's part of me. I didn't do that. Follow?
Yeah, when I'm hearing that, I'm obviously precluding myself because it's not applicable to me.
Well, that's why I wanted to point it out, that he was being a little bit lazy in his you all.
What is interesting, again, I mentioned it earlier. Where's anybody mentioning us right now?
Not in this regard.
Let's see.
Interesting.
Exactly into Mr. Will Duffy's trap.
Trap. He couldn't trap a Cracker Jack box in a Walmart.
I think he's talking
If
about
you think
trapping
we'll-
people in the false dichotomy. We're in a privileged position, Flat Earth Debate, Ballbusters, whatever, this group, because we can stand on the sidelines and entertain both sides of this. Right, okay, so man comes in front of me and says, ha ha, 24-hour sun, you don't accept it. I can accept it on the spot. For sake of discussion, I don't have to disclaim it either. And it's not contradictory if I then later say, okay, you say it's all faked. Okay, I can accept that now on the spot without any caveats. I can do either at the moment because it affects me not one iota.
Correct.
So I entertain either position. All
Correct.
true, fine. All fake, fine.
Yes.
Will Duffy is not a master at this game. You are mistaken.
He's a moron.
He is the proverbial wolf in sheep's clothing. If
He's not a wolf, and he's a dumbass cracker. That's all he is, dude.
I ever saw one.
Is that it?
Well, we'll get into it. Again,
Okay.
we'll get into it.
All right.
Yeah, Angela Baby Carson. She says, I'm still the only model that we have in the flat earth community. That's right, Angela. We've
I
all
like
seen
this
those
girl.
pictures.
That's pretty good. I like it.
You love.
All right. Okay. All right, Angela. Well, we'll have to evaluate that. I'll call order Supreme
There's a
Council.
view in the bathtub.
No.
With
No,
her
no,
in a
I'm not-
bathtub.
Hold on. She could be 20 stone and repulsive. It doesn't matter. Her point is our point. I'm the only model here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether she's attractive or actually, that's not relevant. Her point's our point. Wonderful. Love you, love. Great. That was a wonderful
Model.
comment.
The flat earth community. That's right, Angela. We've all seen those pictures of you in the bathtub.
Whoa, dude. What?
No.
For anybody who
No, what? No. What? What?
Well, it's just that now he's leaning into the whole idea that she's walking on a catwalk, and it's the juxtaposition that I agree with. No model that they're talking about. When she says I'm the only model, it's essentially saying they don't have a model, and she's right. But he's leaning into, oh no, you're walking down the catwalk. No, don't lean into that bit. Lean into the fact that there isn't any model being talked about, but that's all that gets bandied around, like you said at the beginning of the show. So she's right on the money, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
doesn't know, Angela Baby, she has a bathtub outside.
What?
It's very surreal. I guess you can do that if you live in Canada. I don't know.
She got a bathtub outside in Canada at this time of
Who
year?
knows this person? Oh, he's saying
What,
she's
like,
got an
like
ice tub.
Bathsheba?
It's like he knows her and he knows that she's got an ice tub or something. Fair enough.
A nice tub.
We've seen those pictures, Angela. We know
You got pictures.
you're
I'll be in
the
touch.
quintessential flat earth
Yeah.
model.
What? Shut up.
So blessings. And you're right. You're the only model we need. Who needs models? Except for Angela Baby Carson and those tatas. That's the only model.
And the tatas. What the?
Yeah,
I
he's
like
got
this
a-
guy. This guy's funny.
I'm liking him too, man. Yeah. All right, Z. Okay, I got you. Can you fast forward the pictures?
we need in flat earth. We don't need Jaren's model, the circling
Jaren never had a model. The circling sun model, I never seen anything like it. What is a scientific model, Z? Is
sun in between the tropics, or Banjo's biblical cosmology model.
that a model? Does Banjo got a model? I don't know. Does he have a model?
It's a North Pole centric azimuthal equidistant globe projection,
Uh-oh.
otherwise known as the Gleasons.
That's not a model. That's a map. And a globe projection, as it were. That's a big problem.
Can I point out something? Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
God. I thought you're on a potato
God.
marathon.
No, they don't actually exist. Just in case, so you know, like, there's none in existence ever. So no,
They.
it's impossible for me to be doing that.
They.
Sorry?
You said they don't exist. Who are they?
Whatever
Potato marathon.
marathon he's talking about.
The
I
potato,
don't know. Ask Huey.
the potato marathon he's talking about, for God's sake. Can we get on with it?
He's watching but not listening, isn't he?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. There's there's a lot of people out there who couldn't shut up about the AE map. Now, the AE map, right, the grid on that map is correct. That is the correct layout of the latitude and longitude grid. The projection underneath it is not correct, right?
Correct.
But the point I'm going to make is not so much about that. It's that a lot of people are throwing it out saying, we don't need all that. That means nothing to me, blah, 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 blah. If the whole TFE thing was shown to be only a con job tomorrow for definite, right? It was definitely a con job. It was, this is how they did it. How many of these people would be back with their map, with their AE map?
Most
All
of
of
them.
them.
Most
All
of them.
of them.
They're all fickle
Yeah.
as all hell. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
I'd never thought about it like that. That's a very interesting way to put it. If it came out tomorrow, look, they are in a tent of tellies. There's all the LCD screens, and here's them walking into it. I would say that 90% of the flirfs that are calling shills and grifters and having disdain towards Jaren would turn on a dime, go back to the map.
Go back to the map model that's a globe projection that was debunked in 2016.
Yes.
Oh
Would
my!
it make it a better model then?
Yeah, you're a twisted individual, Adam.
We need one model, and it's you, Angela. Who's with me?
You have to send those pictures, forward those pictures, and I'll bring them up to the Supreme Council.
Yeah, that's right, folks. Haven't missed a beat around here. But yes, where was I? I was the person who told Mr. Campanella exactly what he would find down there. And sure enough, they found it. You know why? Because it was obvious. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you all. Flat sword? Are you,
For us all, Flat. What are you talking about? You told Jaren that. Why are you embarrassed for us? Flatzoid? What does Flatzoid have to do with this?
you listening? You're
That's not
embarrassing
your opener,
yourself.
though, is it?
What the hell are you talking over this, Adam?
No,
Pause, and then you overthought me.
Right, Adam, you go first.
Jeez.
The point of my disdain was no. Listen, is he on it? Is he on it? No. He's under the impression that because he told him what he'd see there, he's validated. That wasn't our disdain for Jaren on this trip. It was he was off to affirm a consequent. Yeah, nothing burger. That's the point. Not that you told him what he would or wouldn't see. There was no glory in that prediction.
Yeah. Non-scientific prediction, by the way. Okay, Adam, you had a point there. Good. Okay. Yep. I agree.
Sure enough, they found it. You know why? Because it was obvious. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you all. Flat sword, are you listening? You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, Flat sword.
Sov Dave, don't worry, Sov. We're going to get into you. Get your guns
You too, Sov Dave.
ready. Metaphorically, of course.
Dave.
Huh?
Your guns ready.
You're talking which Dave? There's lots of Daves.
I think he said Sov Dave.
Son of a bitch, Dave. Which
no,
one's that?
Sov. Sierra, Oscar, Victor, Sov Dave.
Sov is from Flat Size Panel.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're a clown and you're going down.
You're going down. That rhymed. You're going down. You clown. You to Chinatown.
Vlad, I don't know.
What's
I know
happening?
you're listening, Vlad.
What the heck are you doing? Who's Vlad?
Impaler.
Flat on Flat Earth.
Dracula.
Vlad the Impaler.
Did you say the Impaler?
Dracula.
The Viking, Flat on Flat Earth. That's
He's
what it
talking
is.
about one of our subs.
One of our groups.
He might
One
be a
of our
member of mine as well. Vlad is one of our guys. I say our guys. He's obviously around and about because he's moaning.
Whoa. I'm right here. What's going on?
Being moaned about by Z.
Somebody talking about me?
No, we don't know. He's not hyper specific enough. So maybe.
Vlad?
Yeah, I don't think it's about me, but
Mush don't buy that 24-hour sun.
Oh, wait a second.
Neither do I.
Shut up. Vlad, Mighty Mush, are you Vlad?
yes, sir.
Really? Is that
Yeah.
is that who he's talking about? You?
I don't think so,
Easy.
man. I don't think so, but
There is that Russian guy also, Vlad.
All right.
Vlad Impaler.
The Impaler. Okay, let's see. Let's go back, pull a fiver.
you're a clown and you're going down.
To Chinatown.
Vlad, I don't know. I know you're listening, Vlad. I got my eye on you, Vlad. I don't know where you're going to go. Much love. You're a good guy. Let's see where the chips fall.
Oh, well, Vlad, you got a chance.
And so many others. Whoever this King Nico guy is.
Uh-oh.
This is your move. It was fake. What are you going to do? Set us back another 10 years? Is Will Duffy going to have to drag all your asses down there next year?
Thank God.
I quite like this guy's attitude.
I
don't know
do
if he's
too.
right.
I do. I have to admit, I like the cut of his jib so far. So okay.
Exactly. I was going to say that. I like the cut of this guy's jib.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not he's right, or if he's got substance behind this bravado. But
Yes.
so far, I like this guy.
Yeah, I do too.
Clowns, you're going for the low-hanging fruit and you're fools. I will go after every one of you one by one if I have to. Tediously, steadfastly, I will take each and every one of you down.
Down to Chinatown, baby. I like it.
He's like QE on benzodiazepines, isn't he? It's just everything's a lot calmer. The same message is, I will take you down. That's not QE level, yeah. It just, I wait to see what. As long as he's got it, there's been a couple of little bits I worry about, models and stuff. But the general message, and what I'm getting here is, what I was warned about is the shit eating the shit, which is what's coming out, making stupid statements. It's fake. It's not fake. It's this. It's that. It's.
Yeah, we got it, Adam. He's on it. So okay, there's a couple little things so far.
Say, I'm not that committal. I didn't say he's on it. I said I'm liking it so far.
Yeah. He's got a couple little things he needs to tighten up so far. Okay, you're on it.
That is right. There is a new king in town, and he's right here.
No, there's an old sheriff in town, and his name is QE. Y'all be cool. Right on.
I don't know. You got some competition now.
And I deserve every bit of it, because none of you who are chirping your little bird brains off about how fake this is, none of you said a word before.
He's not talking to us.
Or any of this happened.
Another idea. I think I wanted to get a word in as well, but we can all work together. We can call ourselves Lone Rangers.
I like it.
Nice, thanks. You tried to get that in. That was contrived. You're over egging this a bit. The pudding?
Hey, Brian.
What does Brian want?
Yeah, I just, the whole I'm going to take you down stuff. It's like, what
Chinatown.
exactly is he going to do through the internet?
He's going to take him down to Chinatown. That's what he's going to do.
You're limited in your abilities with the internet.
To Chinatown. All right?
Downtown. I'm trying to do.
I was here with Nachiketa for 5 months, taking the slings and arrows from you clowns.
You ain't taking my arrows. I got
5 months.
Yeah, he's not taking the only arrow he's going to take. It might be a business end of an actual arrow. I got him right behind me, by the way. So be careful. And be careful with your sweeping generalizations, because we didn't do that nonsense you're talking about. You're talking to somebody else. Be hyper-specific.
Some of which sat next to Jaren the whole time, smoking bongs and laughing at us. Now who's laughing? You all look stupid.
Well, we definitely weren't sitting around toking on a bong with Jaren, that's for sure.
Adam's got something to add, but
Maybe
I really
Eli.
want someone to make that meme. Witsit's like, yeah, there doesn't seem to be any breath. Just give me 1 second. What's up now? As all the bong smoke comes out.
What's up now? What's up now?
Exactly.
Too funny. All right, quickly. Anyone else?
In my bag.
I didn't have a point, but I did say I went to the football today. But right, everybody was vaping in the crowd. Okay? Everybody. Or it could have been like the temperature it was, which was 0 degrees in Nottingham. Yeah. as opposed to -9. It looked like everybody was properly hardcore vaping.
What football? It didn't start yet.
Shut up.
And if you think I'm going to let you slide, you're wrong, because I'm not going to let you run the narrative for the next 10 years and make us all look like fools again.
I don't know.
Hey guys, here's a little secret. There seems to be a celestial antipode. So what?
Say that one more time.
What? There's not. What's he on about?
Celestial what antipode? What does antipode mean?
Yeah,
He means antipodal. He's talking about the celestial sphere, which later gets turned into a sphere.
You sure that's what he's talking about, or are you just conjuring this for him?
No, as an exponent of the Chinook sun, what he's not talking about is dual points of rotation, optical curve to a point of focus. Yeah. He's in what Nathan jumped on there. Is what he said is invoked antipodal, which is to be on a ball. That's a choice of language. You know, it might be just a slip of the tongue, which I think it is, but in doing so, it invokes a ball, which I think was what you jumped on there. Yeah.
Well, I found it suspect. Maybe he can explain that. That's okay. We'll move on. It's suspect right now. You're still good, Z. You're still okay.
What does that matter? What is wrong with you people?
You got a couple hours in a legal pad?
Nachiketa and I have already pointed out that 120 years ago, the Zetetics of the time knew all about that circling sun down there.
They did.
There it is. There it is. What do you mean down there? Down? Like south? That's where your antipodal assumption comes, and now your language gives you away with down there. No, they're not going down when they travel south.
Yeah, but they are, aren't they? In English vernacular, where you're going to London, what, you're going down south? Yeah, you're going down south, are you? Yeah, I've no problem. That's not invoking a ball to me. That's just the way we talk. It's being pseudo-intellectual and making a statement of assuming it's an antipodal. That's a misspeak to me.
Okay, thanks.
120 years ago, it's in the foundational literature of our community.
Whoa. I don't have any foundational literature in where's this so-called community also? So
the Twilights of the Lone Rangers that sit around and decide what will be our origin story with some scrappy books that we got from the Flat Earth Library.
Can I just ask? He said that there's a new king in town. Was there an old king?
No. There's
money.
There's an old sheriff. I told him.
I just wondering. I wasn't aware there was already a king.
That's all right. You can call me sire if you wish.
Sire. All right. Let's see what he got.
Look it up. Zetetic Astronomy. Lady Blount. Albert Smith.
Lady Blount. Now, listen, I haven't even looked at any of these books. I have to admit to you, I haven't. So I can't comment on them, but at least I know it's Lady Blunt. Right? Am I wrong here?
What's up with that?
The issue we've got here is the point I wanted to raise earlier. I think it's probably relevant now.
But go.
From Zetetic Warrior, then. And what he's invoking, you see, I've got no problem with his Zetetic observations having recorded what Jaren and the guys say they witnessed down there. That's not really Zetetic in itself. Zetetic's an interesting thing because there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a recognition that you've really got no control to prove anything. Most fundamentally, dictionary-wise, it's proceeding by inquiry, investigating. When you try and then apply it, like I said, Zetetic science, as
don't even do it.
No, it's important. All your beans.
Zetetic science. You better be right on point or you're going to get tore up.
Well, if I get a chance to make it, you'll be able to tear it, won't you?
Yes.
You put me off track now. Not as bad as you throw Brian, but with regard to this whole field of Zeteticism had a level of use of empiricism, which is what supported its validity, which is why Rowbottom's on board. But there was still a fundamental recognition of its methodology, how it came to a conclusion. There's a little quote here from that I think sums it up best. It's from IGI Global. What is Zetetic method? System of scientific inquiry. And here, this is where I'd question it. I'd say empirical inquiry. A system of scientific inquiry that bases conclusions on experiment and observation. And this is the point. Rather than an initial theory that is to be proved or disproved. It's not going out.
That's a contradiction.
It's not. It
is.
Let me finish, please. This is the whole point of a Zetetic approach. You don't go out there to prove or disprove anything. You go out there to observe, and then maybe through the profundity of the observations, reach some other conclusion.
That's not what it said. That's not what it said. It said experiment.
Yeah. And in that, that's one of the Victorian ways in which setting something up. So empirically, you might just take the temperature at different places, and that's a misuse of the word.
Yes, it is.
That's not that right. It is, but that's not the message I'm trying to get across.
Okay.
It's the distinction between what would be Zetetic, which is to go out there, have a bloody good look, right? And then, based on logic and the empirical data you may or may not have gathered, and the profundity of God's creation or whatever you saw on the flight over there, then come to a logical conclusion.
No, then that's non sequitur. Non sequitur.
I know, but I've nearly there. But it's not, as with regards to scientific inquiry, right? Something that actually sets out to prove or disprove something. That's its fundamental difference, which it disclaims.
There's a lot of contradictions in what you just explained.
There is, but I tried
there
to
is, but I was trying to explain something just
Okay.
in terms of the word Zetetic, so
Okay.
that it has a context here for everyone.
Okay. No,
I
thank
wanna-
you, Adam. I didn't
I
know
think-
that, but it sounds contradictory to me. Go ahead, Nathan.
It is.
It is.
It is, but I also do practice this. I try to take a very Zetetic approach to gynecology.
Jesus,
I
man.
a bloody good look.
You friggin' guys. The boys will be boys, won't they?
It's right in the preface. They address it. The argument has not changed. Regardless of the optics of the sky, standing bodies of water lie level always. Plain and simple.
I mean, that's true. So, yeah.
That's Zetetic.
That's not Zetetic. It's a well, duh.
You guys are clowns.
I knew that the first 3 seconds I was out here. I even knew it before I was out here.
And you're all going to go down.
You're going to go down to Chinatown because you're clowns.
Downtown.
Downtown.
If we know
That just because there's a break, that doesn't mean you get to come back in again.
I'm loving this guy because he just pauses so much. He can
does
get in.
pause
He
a lot.
Funny. If you know I'm a Zeteticist and I'm wandering around, okay, this is Rowbottom. If I know that all what he just said there, that all standing bodies of water are flat, horizontal, sit on the same plane. So from a Zetetic point of view, that's very powerful because you have to use logic and conclusion. Well, then I either live on a massive polygon or the Earth. From Zetetic ways of reasoning, it doesn't prove or disprove a cause and an effect.
Sure.
It's a way of using empiricism to come to logical conclusions.
You're gonna screw up with that word.
Which gathering data from the real world.
No, that's not empirical. No, No, I'm not going to get into that discussion, but
Yeah.
I understand
All
your point. And there's no logic with
And
it.
don't conflate it on just.
And there's no
word.
logic with it either. And it depends on what side of the polygon you're on.
It's very relevant.
So I see a lot
I got it. We got it, Adam.
of people rolling in here in the chat. I see some dignitaries here.
Dignitaries? Who rolled in? Chocolate? Brian? Adam? Those are dignitaries.
Again, the link will be dropped in due time. In due time. I'll give you all your say. You can come up
What are you, Jimmy, 2 times? We heard you the first time. In due time.
here and talk. Whether or not to keep you up here, that's a different story. That's up to me. But again, we're going to have Nachiketa up here. He is the special guest for tonight, and he deserves it. Nachiketa, my hat is tipped to you, good sir. You were right along with me this whole time from the beginning. You had my back, and I had yours, and we are the victors.
We are the victors. You are the crayon munchers. Go ahead.
I think I've got you, babe. You had my back and I had yours. I got you, babe.
Is that a lyric in that song?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No way around it. Sorry, Nathan Oakley. Sorry, Lieu.
Whoa. We're going to get a J on that one. Here we go.
Okay, you can be sorry. You may kiss my ring.
Let's hear it.
You had my back and I had yours, and we are the victors. No way around it. Sorry, Nathan Oakley. Sorry, Lieu. And down the line. Blessings to
And down the line. So sorry, Nathan. He apologized to you.
Forgiven.
4.
He didn't say. Let's see.
No.
No. Well, maybe he might say it.
all you, but this isn't your victory. This is my victory.
This is not your victory, Nathan. He's sorry.
I see what he's doing. He's saying, look, everybody's talking about Nathan Oakley, and it's not just your victory. I can understand. There's plenty of meat on this table, sir. Help yourself.
No, he said it's not yours. Not that it's not just yours. He said it's not yours.
Yeah, nothing.
Is he one of these?
It's like he tried to change it around there.
Yeah, he
Like,
tried
sorry.
to do that. He did. Yeah. Good job, Brian. Go on, Adam. You had something to add. I know you did.
No, I was just curious if he was one of these, like, Brian fanboys. You know,
He could be.
just Nathan, you know.
Yeah. All right. So sorry,
It's
Nathan.
very interesting that. It's very interesting that you get a mention there. That's the telling. That's just what I'm saying. It's weird. Who is this guy? Where's he been? Where's he said hello? Yeah. He feels the need to decry us, like we've
Not us.
This is the
No. Not
Brian,
us.
tell him, Brian. He didn't use the word us. Tell him.
That not us, Adam. He decried Nathan Oakley. I'm not Nathan Oakley. Adam.
Just
no.
Nathan Oakley. Just Nathan Oakley.
He's the one. This is the point. He's the one claiming the victory. We're not really claiming a victory. We're just claiming, said, I told you it wouldn't prove anything. Yeah? It's not a victory. Yeah? It's got nothing to do with flat Earth. This is why I'm interested. What's this victory that he's got that sits over and above us going, well, that was a load of waste of time, weren't it? Because that's all we've got really on these guys, other than the joy, I say, of watching them eat themselves, destroy themselves.
I don't think this is that big of a deal, actually. A spin on. That's what he says.
Is what's Z's? That's what I want to know.
Oh, thanks. It looks like the mark of Zorro. I was looking at this. Isn't this Zorro?
Like,
or is there a
Z is
line
the
through it?
Yes. Flaming Z is a Zorro sign.
He's in YouTube chat right now.
Is he?
Tell him to come into Discord.
Well,
You're liking the cut of your jib, sir.
we like the cut of your jib so far, sir. We've taken a few shots. We take some liberty with our guests. Please forgive us.
No, it's important. Look, We've got no problem with you attacking Nathan Oakley whatsoever.
Too funny. Well, try to get him in here.
Yeah.
Shut up, Neil. Somebody try to get him in here, and then just let me know when he gets in here. I do have a rest of the show to run because there's more. I think there's more that we need to hear. I don't
Let's
think
go to the bits that.
Yeah. I'm going to get to. Yeah, thanks. So what's going to happen now is Witsit is going to make an appearance at 3:09. 3:09. We'll just start there. Okay, here we go. Shut up, Adam.
Everybody, he's a
be right
dad.
back.
Go ahead. Just there you go. Notch, we got upstaged by a car seat.
All right. Hey, well, that's what it happens. It happens to dads. You know, I'm not a dad, but I guess you know. So I'll fill in for 3 minutes until Witsit comes back. But I am definitely looking forward for you guys to
Back.
have.
You miss a load from him. Has he been there for a while when you've joined at this timestamp?
Oh.
He said when Witsit comes back, but from our perspective watching this, I've never watched this, right? Has Witsit been there for a while and he's just buggering off to the toilet for a bit or something?
No, he's been there for a while. Witsit had a problem. I think his wife had a problem with the car seat, so he's going to go help her. The car seats are bears, if you ever been. You know what I mean? So he went to help with the car seat, and then he's coming back.
Just the reason I wanted the context was because when he was discussing stuff with Brian, he just got up and walked off at some point.
That's true. It's not. It's not like that.
Have that conversation and like you
Well,
know.
that,
for
whoa,
me-
right. So we spent ages thinking about Witsit's lies. There's another lie, right? Who can sort a car seat out? Kids, yeah, women. It's not. I'd just strap them in roughly, yeah, because I'm not gonna have a crash. Yeah, one person that made sure the seats were fitted properly, double fitted, double, triple, understand it, make sure everything.
Oh, shut up.
That's just no, right. It's like Wits. It's I've got to go to the toilet. It's not. He's got to go and read a script. Oh, I've got to go and help the wife with a car seat. You know what?
My God,
I can't believe it. The car seats are bears. I had back in the day. They're probably better now, but still they're bears. So it's okay.
I think this is a major. We should drop anchor here on this freaking car seat.
No kidding, Adam.
I think
good.
This is better than Vape Gate.
You know, put me in the back. You guys go one-on-one a little bit, and then we'll have some real talk over here, because you know, nobody wants to feel like they're overwhelmed or being ganged upon. You know, and I've said what I needed to say, and.
So this is Nachiketa. I just want to orient everyone. This is Nachiketa and Z, Zetetic Warrior, and Witsit's coming.
Really is.
Just said you can put me in the back. Presumably, being a yoga guy, you can get into that car seat. No worries.
I'm not going to pull any punches. I'll be very honest.
This has got you going, Adam. Right? Haven't you got all your 10,000 words out at the football game?
It was your. Oh, I've got so many. Yeah, it was your literary prowess. Just to orientate you, this is actually that is brilliant. I thought.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant.
Well, thank
worthy
you.
of interruption.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all my fans, my mom for having me.
When you see that play button get pressed, Adam, at least 10 seconds. When Adam inevitably interrupts, just go with it. Don't try and stop it. We've spoken about this.
And I'm not going to, you know, speak differently now because Witsit's over here. I'm going to say the same thing as I have been saying. So, but that's just me, right? So.
Yeah, fair enough, man. You know.
That was a tell. That was a tell.
Yeah. Hey, Z, but
tell.
I got you. Oh. Yeah, it was a tell 3 times. We got it. You can tell us what the tell is in a second. Hey, Z, if you're listening to this, if I go too long with this, don't copyright strike me, man. Come on. All right? Be a brother. Now, what's the tell?
Forgotten now. Don't give me a J. I don't care. It wasn't that important. But that's even more irritating. The fact that it's not that important is now highlighted making my interruption less worthy, which
Okay.
irritates me.
Thank you.
It was the fact that the
Yeah.
lad said that he was going to speak normal, like he
Yes,
always
yes,
would.
Brian. Oh, God,
Yeah.
God, you're here. So he's got to explain that now. Oh, now he's here. I won't slag him off unjustifiably. It's a tell that he has been doing that.
Is
Right,
that
Brian?
what you're getting from that?
That's what Brian gleaned from what I'd suggested, I think, or Brian was agreeing with me, one or the other.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit like saying,
I'm guilty.
I wouldn't lie to you. That means that you would.
Yeah. I'm not
Just
going to
know
lie to
the
you.
truth.
Yeah. We've been around that a lot lately.
I wonder interesting.
Oh, my God.
Right, you need to keep the cursor on the other side of the screen. So I've got to like kind of. You can't just pop up at the bottom instantly. Otherwise, I've got no chance. Right, two things. The Zetetic Warrior back in chat, dude. Can somebody give him the link to the Discord channel? We'd love you to come and join.
Yeah, it's in the description box of this video. It's at the bottom. It's the Discord link. Yeah, you can come in. You're fine.
If you've just joined, we've been pretty complimentary of you up until now, so don't feel like if we're being critical at this moment, that we are constantly being critical of you. We've actually been quite complimentary about your attitude in general, just so you know.
Well, we already said I like the cut of his jib.
Enough. He obviously understands.
What else, Adam?
Oh, God.
Only because, obviously, I've really enjoyed the first 18 minutes. I missed the first 6 minutes, witnessed this, and then gone to 3 hours. And we've made an assumption, just for me and those that aren't up to speed. What's happened? Have we savaged Witsit QE right, before he's joined? And then we're all now back in the room and we're just like trying to say, well, I'm not going to be as rough as I was. I'm a little lost as to what I'm about.
Well, that's okay.
watch.
You won't be lost. Just let them go, and then you'll figure it out along the way.
I could have done that without speaking, couldn't I? The point of my plea was for you to give me a little bit of context from 18 minutes to the 3 hour mark.
I don't know, Adam. I just watched it late last night. I didn't watch the whole thing. I thumbed through it. I got to this point. We good?
Oh, we're both pissing in the wind. Fine, carry on.
That's the beauty of this.
Would you like me to make up some context? I can make up some
No, I
context.
don't.
Yes. Give me a little menage a trois moment.
This guy at the bottom and Witsit were former lovers, and this is quite an awkward moment in actuality.
I like it. Play, QE, play.
I can somebody record that and on just audio so I can hear that over and over again? I'll put it in my hope chest. When Adam said play, yeah, I'd like that. That'd be a present to me.
Understands the camps at this point. He obviously understands, right? Now, I wonder what his take is on, let's say, the ones that fall in our camp, which, honestly enough, is basically his camp. That the 24-hour sun, Antarctic sun, doesn't do anything to negate the level Earth. So there's a commonality there. Now, obviously, his affiliation and his potential compromise.
I like the way you enunciate and the way that you use your hands. It's really good. I'm not just saying it. I like that.
I like the way the yoga guy's got his background, so it all looks like really organic. He's got like the acorn and the tree and the RGB microphone.
RGB microphone.
And his association with these, let's say, known deceivers and liars, we're going to have to question him about.
Well, he's a known deceiver and liar. Witsit is. Demonstrated. Let's see if you get there.
But he's certainly not in the Jaren camp. Who?
Really? Okay.
Who's no longer a flat earther and says that the greater.
Jaren wasn't a flat earther to begin with. I'm sure you're.
True earther.
Yeah, they're true earthers. Both of them. I'm sure he probably already knows that. We'll ask him when he comes in.
Evidence now goes to the globe. So we have that commonality. That should be something. But again,
we don't know what Jaren's camp is.
Correct. It's not correct. And we fortunately actually went to the effort of reading Goodbye Letter to Flat Earth. Explicitly said he wasn't going to be a glober. So just want to drop that in because it's not correct.
Yeah, but he's not a flat earther either. So what is he? A hermaphrodite? So
He
that's
said
just
he was going to go to the globe.
that's just
So he's
double.
factually
That's just I'm
inaccurate.
undone. That's just double speak.
Jaren is double speaking, but unfortunately, like when I have to give a 5-minute ramble preemptively to a point that's being concluded, summarizing all the double speak nonsense my opponent spews in the moment. Yeah, it is. I'm just saying, I don't want this Z guy to be in a position where Jaren says, this guy's just a liar. I said in my goodbye letter, I'm not going to be a globe head. I just want to drop that in, just so he doesn't get caught.
Okay.
I mean, because he says two things at the same time
Exactly, Nachiketa. You got it. Yeah, you're saying two things at the same time are contradictory.
all the time. So he said, I'm not flat earther, I'm not a globe earther, but then he'll go on tonight and talk about how, you know, he's not a flat earther, he's not a globe earther, but you know, he's not a flat earther. So he'll flip flop back and forth. So we don't know what camp he's in.
Yeah, he's hermaphrodite.
Exactly. Right. I like this guy too, so he's made the point I've just made, which is why I like him.
You know what I mean?
You don't like him. You like him because he's like the Oriental me.
Yeah, the Oriental Adam.
He could still, for some people, he's going to project himself. For some people, he's going to be a flat earther still, and then for some people, he's going to be still a globe earther.
Huh? I don't know. You can't pull that off, man. He's not pulling that one off.
At all. Adam, can you give him a funny nickname like Chinese Thelma?
It's Natch. Natch is what we'll refer to him because that's what I heard Z say. That's Natch.
Just Natch. We'll have to ask when
that
Z
seems to be the friendly name, and I've got no beef against him. So Natch.
We'll have to ask Z if it's appropriate to say Natch to his friend unless he's got another name.
So he's like hoping that he could just kind of round up as many people from different camps together on his side. That's the position that he's going to try to take.
It's a quite convenient position and also very sneaky and slimy, if you ask me.
It's not slimy. It's a contradictory. It's contradictory positions. He can't do that. He can do it, but he can do it, but he'll be compromised. It's stupid. Go ahead, Adam.
It's not a bad evaluation.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Nachiketa, some in the audience are wondering if Witsit is doing a proverbial icing of myself. Like, you know, in football, when the kicker's just about to kick the field goal and you call the timeout. That's called
that's icing. Yeah, that's too funny.
Icing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is this an icing of the Witsit? My audience is wondering if you're icing me. I know you're a football guy. Is that what's going on?
He's a football guy. Huh?
That's interesting. Did you see that for timing? I don't know. I think maybe my conspiratard nature coming out of me. They're chatting away. I think Witsit related. The moment Witsit's mentioned, his mic, his camera, it's all there. He's ready to go. He's engaged now.
He thought Candace Owens was there. He thought Candace Owens was there.
Just saying. You mention his name and he immediately appears. Coincidence? No, I think he was sat there waiting.
Oh, you're such a conspiratard, man.
Going on here?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You can't help yourself, can you?
She just needed me to put the car seat in. My wife doesn't even know how to. She's not good at putting the car seat in the car. So.
Oh,
that's right.
Car seats are back. Here, we're back on the car seats. There goes Adam.
I like his waiting area. Is that where he does consultations?
Where? Right here?
I love that. I like. Imagine, right? If Nathan's pad, right, he had this beautiful white surface spread out, and it went Nathan across the back of it. It's just like beautiful.
He'd consult you on the microphones that you use and the sound balance in the room.
Man. Well, anyway, again, welcome back to the show.
No, you can't.
10 seconds minimum.
Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you. What Witsit is doing at the moment, everyone is.
Don't friggin' try to do a Gene Dixon on here, on what he's doing here. Let's let it flow.
No, I think this deserves a Mystic Meg. Right? Witsit was on Flat Size recently, right? And he had his mic turned up as it was loud. He was so loud, his voice was louder than everyone else together, right? So Flat Side and all his panel, including Michael and Sav and everyone, PJ Krishenk, he was louder than all of them together, right?
Okay.
Now, they didn't realize it. Now, what he's doing is he's going around trying to basically do damage control because he doesn't want to end up looking bad and it getting back to these big channels he's looking to go on, right? So he's going around saying he has all this evidence that I just go by his words, he has all this evidence that he didn't do this and he didn't do that and blah, blah, blah. And it's just a little self-PR. He's a complete heap of rubbish. He has no maturity and he's made of plastic. That's what's going on there.
Well, thanks, Brian. We were totally unaware of that. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Don't. He's right. I'm with you, Brian. We all know what he's covering up for. Don't we? Witsit's mum doesn't know he smokes. Important thing.
I thought you said Witsit's bum initially.
Mother.
I don't know how much you've followed my content.
Why else would you lie like that about vaping? Seriously, you know.
Oh God, here we
only
go.
For your mum would you compromise? I don't want my mum to think I smoke. Oh, I know now.
This content prior to this point.
Stop
but I'm just going to give you a...
Stop mumbling.
Much. I was going to say not all that much.
All right.
I didn't even hear that. Shut up.
You should give yourself a J.
Sorry, man. Well, anyway,
I did, and you're not getting any J's, by the way. You're plumb out of them.
I'll ask Brian.
Again, welcome back to the show. I don't know how much you've followed my content and Nachiketa's content prior to this point, but I'm just going to give you
that much. I was going to say not all that much.
Shut up.
Was Witsit interrupting him?
Was it? Sorry about that, Adam.
It wasn't me.
It was Adam. I knew it.
It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I thought, who's he screaming at now?
Yeah, I was.
If you need a J, ask Lady Blunt.
I don't know how much you've followed my content and Nachiketa's content prior to this point, but I'm just going to give you
that much. I was going to say not all that much.
All right.
Because I just don't have time.
Because you're not Candace Owens, dude. That's why he hasn't followed you.
I'm right to listen to a lot.
Fair enough. The reality is, Nachiketa and I were one of the very, very few people that called this thing from the beginning, from the very beginning.
I thought you were the only people that called it from the
What is it called?
Adam, relax.
Have they outlined what they're called? See,
Relax.
This is the point in the beginning.
No,
Why they say go?
Let him go. If he might outline it, he outlined it a little bit. It's all right. But I'm just saying that he said that him and Nachiketa was the only ones who outlined it from the beginning, at the beginning of this. And then he said one of the only few people who did. So now it's a few people rather than them. It's not a big deal. I just caught it. It's nothing. He's still all right. I still like the cut of his jib. He's still good.
But what's been
from
outlined,
top to bottom,
irrespective of the number, limited or multiple, as we expand it in apologetics, what's the thing that's been outlined? I'm still
not yet. Just a couple things that he outlined that he would have already seen the sun if Jaren knew about Zetetic astronomy. Remember, in 1895, they discussed it in that book. So that's one.
So it's point one that they already said due to zetetic record keeping, zeteticists are really good at this, right? Yep. They knew there'd be a 24/7 because, I mean, it could have been Mormons that kept the record, frankly. I don't, but that's it, is it?
Yeah, it was a trip. It was a trip in 1895. I'm unaware of it. I already said I am unaware of it because I haven't read that book. So can you allow him to just go on, Adam?
I just want to give Jaren a bit of Witsit. I'm sorry. It's hard to tell him sometimes, two bullshitters. Yeah. Give him a bit of kudos because that's a nothing burger. So what? Whether you, I said it earlier, whether or not you went, right, to see or thought you were going to see something or not, why did you go to see it or not see it is the only pertinent question.
Well,
there's told you you'd see it or not see it.
There's other pertinent questions, and I think Z has a good handle on this. Would you let him go? Thanks.
Okay? So just know that when you get in here, we knew what the observation was going to be based on evidence. Okay, celestial observation, sun calc data.
Sun calc. There's one, Adam. So you got the 1895 trip. You gonna write these down? Sun calc data. Got it.
The original Zetetics 120 years ago.
We already talked about this one. You already got
wrote
that
about
one.
the Antarctic sun from an 1895 expedition that was done. It was reported by Albert Smith and Lady Blount.
It's Lady Blunt. It's two different pronunciations. You just get it right next time.
Lady Bong.
Lady, shut up.
In 1902, in the preface to their book, Zetetic Astronomy, they acknowledged the 24-hour sun and basically laid out the same argument that many of us are laying out, that there's nothing that the optics of the sky can do to invalidate the objective fact that standing bodies of water lie level always. This is the argument. Turns out, Austin, the argument hasn't changed 120 years. My question is, why are we still having this argument? Why was the flat earth community supposedly at large unaware of the knowledge of the 24-hour sun, when I know for a fact that information lending itself to that fact was presented to many of the flat earth leaders? I call them gatekeepers.
Whoa, leaders, gatekeepers.
Well, stop. No, don't focus on what he's just said there. Yeah, come back to that. We'll circle back to that.
Okay.
He's got a very interesting point, hasn't he?
Yes.
His argument, he's saying, I was acutely aware that based on previous observations and documented information about it, that they would observe a 24-hour sun. Now, I didn't know that. And if anybody else here is going to put their hand up, oh, yeah, absolutely not.
No, I already said I didn't know. I didn't read it. It doesn't matter anyway.
I got that. I know you have. I'll get there. His objection is to say, why wasn't I and my information being presented when this false dichotomy got burned?
Yes.
This is a very different angle to us. And suddenly you're like, okay, I know he's been around for a long time. He's got a tiny little channel, I noticed, a couple of thousand subscribers. Oh, isn't that intriguing?
I wonder why that
tiny
is.
Little channel. Yeah, exactly. But further to that, more aside from the ancillary size of his channel, that's got a further deeper meaning to it that might come up later, it might not. It's got a really interesting point. Had I personally had this guy's information, because we're like, yeah, I vaguely know who he is. If I'd known exactly who he was, we'd go, oh, it seems we know damn well there'll be one. That's why they're all so cocksure. We didn't. So I'd feel particularly aggrieved if I was Z, and I just didn't know it until this moment. So suddenly my ears are a lot more pricked up than they were previous to now. We've just been joking along.
Yes. Because he had presented this to Jaren, from my understanding, about what other gentleman said.
Come again? You're telling me I can't quite believe my ears? I know you said something similar to that when we spoke earlier. But that very fact was what was presented to Jaren.
Yes. That's what.
No way.
That's what I was told.
God,
that's what.
Jaren's a freaking shill, isn't he?
Yeah. That's what Z was talking about. That's what the other gentleman. Remember, before we started, he said, "I have a video where Z is telling Jaren what's what." So I'm under the impression.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Z, man, if you were here, I'd give you a big high five and give you a little cuddle to say, I'm sorry, we both get absolutely screwed algorithmically because of stuff like this.
Yep.
I feel for you, man. It's nice to finally hear it.
Yep.
Don't blame you. Yeah, why isn't this information absolutely on the very surface level, prevalent to everyone, so they all know there's a false dichotomy stacked up? Well, if they already know it's going to happen, why are they going down to suggest that they're going to observe it for the first time and be cagey about it being the observation that's going to end all observations? What, like it hasn't been seen before? Well, this guy already knew. It was all documented up. He'd been talking about it. It even told Jaren.
Yep.
This is unreal.
Yeah. Now, Z can confirm that. Hold on a second, Adam, before you jump in. Z, can somebody get Z in here so we can confirm somebody? 99%.
The server. Huey, he came to the server, but for some reason he's just not joining the voice verification. So I'm just waiting for him.
Okay.
He's here. He came to the server.
Okay.
I'll pick it up there.
Quickly.
Don't do anything quickly. You
Yeah, you got to, because we got to get through this.
Stop a second, both of you. There's this little air of tension. I'm going to ask Huey to move his mouse off the play button. Ask Adam to go ahead, but it's that go ahead quickly. Why? Just chill. We're all good.
Okay, so I want to. Nathan said it's the algorithm. There isn't an algorithm here. There was a control system, and there were certain people. Now, what I find interesting. The more I hear, the more deep it gets. Yeah. First of all, I'm thinking, well, yeah, look, it's those that have opposition that are going to be ignored. What I mean by opposition is those that won't affirm the consequent. Then what I actually hear is this guy's got actual historical data from the claim. That means there's no, even if you accepted the false dichotomy, it's been resolved. Here's historical data. Yeah, that's not taken on board. Why? Why is it not recognised by Jaren and Witsit? Jaren in this case, because who's just been indicted, because it would deny the purpose of setting up the false dichotomy. That bit of testimony is very deep. It shows how relevant information has been held back, because otherwise it kind of ruined the trip a little bit, wouldn't it, really? Yeah? It's out there, and there's the similarity between it. Not because I've got that data, but those that have opposition to an acceptance of this false dichotomy, the thing that Brian had to accept to get on board to even engage, has entered again. This is, like I say, a little bit deep, because there's data that means it's worthless, this trip, from a flat Earth point of view. Brilliant.
Thanks. Now,
Huey, Zetetic Warrior is here, man. He's in the voice
hey,
chat.
cool, Matt. Hold on. Let me make sure you square it up.
He has arrived.
Is that Z down there? Is that you, Zetetic Warrior?
Testing 1, 2, audio check.
Yep, that's you. You're good to go, sir. Welcome. It's nice to meet you. I'm Quantum Eraser, and welcome to Ballbusters.
Greetings and salutations to all the panel and the audience, and I'm acquainted with many of you. First of all, I'd like to start off to make my apology to Mr. Nathan Oakley regarding my earlier comment. You'll find I redeem myself in a few moments when I do mention the obvious affirming the consequent fallacy that Nathan pointed out that I reported to Jaren 4 months before this trip, which he obviously ignored.
Yep, you've got nothing to apologize for. Don't worry about it.
It's good to have you here, sir. Don't take it personal. Everyone, this is sort of a treatment. This is what we do here. But you're, like you said, like we said, we like the cut of your jib, man.
We do
Appreciate it, yeah.
We do need to get back.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just want to establish one thing with you, and then I'm forcing my way into the airways for a very specific reason, right? Did you specifically tell Jaren about this historic information about the 24-hour sun?
So, yes, I did. So Jaren had me on his show, and I believe I said it to him, but I cannot 100% confirm that. Basically, it was an 1898 British expedition to the Antarctic where they first reported the midnight sun. This was reported to the Zetetics of the time, Zetetic Astronomy. It was mentioned in the preface. The point being that the idea of a 24-hour astral sun was known to this community for over 120 years, and the argument has not changed. Optical observations of the sky cannot overrule demonstrably level water. And it's the argument I made to Jaren. Whether or not I pointed out that expedition, I do not recall.
Okay. Okay, that's good enough so far.
Enough.
All right, welcome to the show. You can sit back. You can comment as you wish. Just say stop or do something, or if you think we come down too hard on you and you want to provide more clarity, that's fine. You're welcome. All right.
One clarity I wanted to provide was in terms of the celestial antipode. Antipode simply means opposite of something. So I guess my comment was regarding there appears to be a celestial antipode. Now, does that have any bearing on the ground or the physical reality that we inhabit? I say no, but this is interesting to say the least. Now, regarding what I termed the SunCalc data, this has to do with observations that were reports and data that was presented to Jaren and the Flat Earth Gatekeepers in 2017 regarding the sunrise and sunset angles during the southern solstice with locations south of the Tropic of Capricorn. We find that the sun rises in the southeast and sets to the southwest, therefore seemingly contraindicating the simplistic model of the circling sun between the tropics. This was pointed out to Jaren and Weiss in 2017. They ignored it. They kept pushing. They're begging the question, unevidenced, reified model for what I conjecture is some agenda. Okay, they stalked and
okay. I just want to, before you launch into that, I'm with you all the way. It's just I don't understand. What are the implications of what you've just explained? Because it's the first time I'm hearing it in terms of your description of the tropics and the movement of the sun. I heard you, but I don't fully understand it. I just want you to break down the implications therein for Jaren, Dave, or whoever, because I don't fully understand.
Okay, so the implication would be that the sun is apparent and that the celestial bodies cannot be triangulated on any flat Earth map or any globe conception. Now, Jaren was pointed out the obvious apparent nature of the celestial bodies, and he refused to accept it, and he now claims that basically the globe model has the better evidence because of a 24-hour Antarctic astral sun. But in reality, if the celestials are apparent and based on your individual perspective on Earth, then it further proves that the optics of the sky cannot be used to make any judgments on the physical ground.
Yes, I'm going to have a problem with a lot of that.
Me too.
Z.
Well, my issue, but just to let you know, we actually did discuss this prior to the show starting, Quantum Eraser and myself. We're going to take umbrage with that word apparent. Before we do, what do you mean by it?
Okay, so let me give some observations and some examples. If you look at the sunrise angles for, let's say, the equinox at various degrees of latitude, okay, whether it's in the north or the south, you find basically that you have what would be considered a 90-degree angle relative to north. Simultaneously on multiple locations at various latitudes, okay? This would indicate that the simplistic model of the circling sun is basically not enough of the picture, because the sun cannot be triangulated on any model. So you find this very quickly. This happens to be one of the biggest glober arguments that I encountered. Now, that doesn't mean by any means that I accept their argument, but when I investigated their claims regarding the sunrise and sunset angles for the equinox, you find very quickly that you cannot triangulate this on any model, and certainly not on the AE map.
We're going to have to stop you, Z.
No, specifically, it's interesting. And as an argument to a baller, yeah, a triangulation of the celestial object is nonsensical. I think like QE and Nathan objected is that angle taken from the Earth, we can actually assign a GP position to it. So triangulating the object itself as if to define its position within a 3D system. No, we can't do that because as you use the word, it's apparent. That apparent position will actually give us a ground position which we can use.
Correct. For celestial navigation, I'm well acquainted. I'm well acquainted with all your work. I'm well acquainted with the arguments that Earth is measured flat, that latitude that the latitudes are derived from elevation angles to Polaris off of a flat baseline. I agree with all of those arguments. But what you will find when you look at the ephemeris data, it is mean, it's averaged. You will find that even mainstream science admits to the apparent sun
Stop.
when they talk of the mean sun.
Stop, please. Stop.
And civil time.
I'm going to have to stop you right there, Z. Sorry. There is no mainstream science, number one. Number two, this isn't a scientific topic. Okay? So whatever they say, it doesn't matter. Number three, you said apparent. That means not actual. To prove that the sun, let's just deal with the sun, is in its not actual position, you're not going to be able to do that. Sorry.
Well,
So I'm sorry to talk over you. I'm really sorry. I know you want to respond. There's three people talking at you, so this is going to take a bit of time. Hopefully, we'll be patient with each other. There's what you're saying that I want to hear so much more about because you're so much more well versed on it than I am. So it's clear that you've got an exemplary knowledge on this stuff. I just want to acknowledge that first.
Yes.
But there are a couple of things that are going to make everyone's toes curl when we're talking to you for the time being. And it's just the first one I've said it. QE's now introduced a new one in terms of the scientific aspects that are referred to. That's something else. But in this instance, it sounds like you got it pegged in terms of the geographic position that we're referencing when we do use the sky seemingly to tie to a point on the ground with a celestial observation. That's a phraseology issue. The thing that QE and now I, and indeed Adam has now piped up about specifically, is about sort of locating where the sun is when you describe it with this word. So when you say apparent, that's appearing but not actually, right?
Apparent as in the opposite of genuine, okay? Meaning to say, let's go back to again, real life examples, okay, and observations. Particularly, let's say, start with the equinox, all right? If you take, let's say, multiple degrees degrees of latitude. So let's look at it like a classic, I don't know, an AE map, right? And you can take, let's say, a position in northern Canada, and then somewhere in northern United States, all right? And then maybe down in Mexico, all right? What you'll find is that the same degree of longitude, right? But multiple degrees of latitude, all right? What you'll find is at the very same moment at sunrise, each of those locations will show sun rising at 90 degrees from due north, basically 90-degree azimuth. Right. I'm specifically not saying east because on an AE map, that could be that could be construed as a circle. So what I'm saying is, if you can picture that on an AE map, you can quickly find that that is not triangulable. Therefore, I'm using the word apparent as opposed to genuine, meaning to say, based off your individual position on Earth, on those multiple locations on the same longitudinal line, you will find they're looking at 90 degrees, and these are straight lines. These are not triangulable. But also, the sunrise at the same moment on this equinox will not be triangulable on a globe either.
I got you, and I agree. Right, that's a very nifty way of debunking those maps in terms of how they're describing where the sun should be, it not being calculable for the ground position simultaneously, according to that, and I'm going to phrase this carefully, claim how the sun is observed at that time. When I've heard that claim put to me by globe believers, it's actually Anthony Riley that did this, not me. I'll give him the credit. What he did was challenge them to actually show that that is what is observed. And my question to you would be the same as Anthony's to the Globers back in the day. Have you actually got a substantive amount of evidence to show that is the case?
So what I've done was, this comes from SunCalc. Now, people will claim that SunCalc is a globe application, but the reality is...
I'm sorry. I mean, in physical reality, do you have people doing this and observing those sunrises?
Okay, not in that instance, but if we talk about the summer solstice, this was actually done, believe it or not. I don't know how you guys feel, and I know this person's come after me. If you guys know Jake the Asshole, of all people, okay, he actually had he actually had many of his followers, and he has quite a large channel. In regards to the astral solstice, okay, the southern solstice, with regards to the sunrise and sunset angles, he had a bunch of his followers who live in Tasmania and New Zealand, basically locations south of the Tropic of Capricorn. He had them observe the sunrise on their summer solstice, okay? And I've also talked to people individually, separate from his channel, from Tasmania, who have confirmed to me that on December 21st, when the sun rises in Tasmania, it rises in a southeasterly direction and it sets in a southwesterly direction.
Okay, cool.
Now,
Okay, good.
Okay, now if we have a circling sun that is migrating between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer throughout the year, again, if the sun is rising south of those locations, we can confirm that the sun has to be a parent. Plain and simple. Now,
Oh, I
can't.
don't know that.
You can't. Do you want to do it, or shall I? I've done a little bit. QE,
No,
you take
go
over.
go ahead. I got to step out for a second, but go ahead.
In terms of, I said it already. It's a novel way of debunking those positions on the maps. In terms of what the sun isn't, this is tricky because I want to agree with you. In principle, in terms of the way that the map won't work, globe orb, azimuthal globe projection, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Let's just give you that first. In terms of what the sun isn't, you can't say that. You don't know. What is it? Be able to say what it isn't. So when you say, well, it's appearing but not actually there, really? Do you know that? Now, if I give you a bullshit explanation and I'll blame it on Adam with Chinook helicopter sun, right? Those are actual suns, though, in Adam's description. Why not? I can just make it up, right? Well, no, I can't. Can't say that they're not actual. I can't say that they're actual. I just don't know what the sun is. In terms of where you're claiming it can be triangulated, if we're going to use it in that principle for a given map, and it doesn't function that way, kudos. Immediate props. You're like, bravo. You've shown how it doesn't work. That's a very explicit way to show someone else, and it sounds like you've done that with Jaren. And again, it's kind of making me scratch my head about why these things aren't made prevalent in a community that's building up these straw men false dichotomies that you're also pointing out. All kind of in a way, why am I now having this conversation with you? I ask myself. Is it so that we can all unite against Jaren rather than point out our Earth's measured flat? Perhaps. It's all very conspiratorial. Nevertheless, here we are. That's all pointing to the same thing. These guys, that's Jaren, Witsit in this case, knew full well how wrong the maps they were using for flat Earth were. In this instance, you're telling them why with examples that you've given with Jake the Asshole's physical, demonstrable, evidentiary-based observations of the sun. The only umbrage we're taking is when you say, well, that means it's apparent. First of all, you don't need to put yourself in that position to make that claim, but you don't know that. Can't confirm it by disproving this map. That makes sense.
fair point. Because logically, if there were a map produced that would show a triangulation, then it would therefore not be apparent. So yes, I could agree.
No,
we can say
No.
I wouldn't confirm it either. Go ahead, Kiwi.
No, I think we're going to spend too much time on this topic. I want to table it for the rest of the because I want to get on with this. But we can have discussions with him since I think he's going to be part of the fold. I just have that feeling. Z, can we table this for some time to continue with the video?
certainly.
Okay. Here we go. You know how to join? You can join Quantum Eraser up there, and you'll be able to see the video and hear it.
Just let's explain that so it doesn't because chaos audio wise. At the top, where it says live, click on QE, and then where it says watch, when the whole block of people's faces and thumbnails appear, just click on watch top left corner after clicking on QE's name in the BALLBUSTERS chat. I just want to reiterate it so we do have to do it while we're playing the video. Go ahead, QE, let's go.
Well, let's make sure he's squared away first.
Well, I could just watch it on the YouTube side.
No, definitely not. It'll cause audio chaos. Just yeah, click on QE's name where it says live, and then click on
So
watch.
let me see. Hold on. It's my first time in Discord.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See, I
Uh,
thought that, man.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't even see your names. I'm still looking at the main page when I came in.
Scroll up. Just scroll up the names until you see one that says "Watch Live" on it.
It says Quantum
watch
Eraser. It says Quantum Eraser Live at the top near BALLBUSTERS.
Hold on.
You'll
Is
see
this your channel, Quantum?
It says "Watch Stream." That's what it says on it.
He's got to find the list of names first, Brian. So he's got to where he's existing. with
Yeah,
his own-
exactly. You're exactly right. I got to find the list of names. Yeah. Please excuse my ignorance.
No,
here.
you're fine. We'll get you there.
Fine. I can totally relate because I'm still, after years of using this software, as ignorant as you. So I can totally relate to where you're at going, where are all the names? People are assuming you can see these names.
Nathan, you have a great voice, by the way.
My wife tells me the same.
Notifications, privacy, I mute, VD, 21 plus. Yeah, I'm good, guys. I don't really have to see this.
Well, to follow along with the video, it's best if you follow along in there.
When you're hearing protracted silences, you're just going to have to accept that we're playing a video and listening to it then, Z. So fair enough if you can tolerate that for now. Great.
Well, I see. I'll be unable to hear the video. Now I understand what you guys are telling me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so somebody walk me through this. So hold on. Let me get down to this so we can get this. So I'm on the main page where I came in, all right? And I'm just seeing
Well, I heard a Discord mod. Who is that? I heard somebody who's a Discord mod.
I got it. Okay, so what do I click? Hold on. I found the names.
Hold on,
So
sorry, Z.
it's Quantum Eraser Live, right?
Yep.
On Z,
Okay,
just
I'm
hold
in.
on one
I
sec.
got you.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah, it
You
says
got him?
watch stream, right?
Yes.
Click that. It's meta. We had too many cooks for a second there, but it sounds like we've solved it. Sorry, live audience. This happens sometimes. We're there.
Yeah, my apologies. All right, I think I'm in.
Okay. You good to go? Here we go.
Yep.
Keepers as early as 2017, evidence of the celestial, the sun angles on the equinoxes and on the solstices, particularly the southern solstice in December. This information contraindicated the simplistic version of the circling sun between the tropics.
Sorry about
He's
that.
still having this argument. Why was the flat earth community supposedly at large unaware of the knowledge of the 24-hour sun when I know for a fact that information lending itself to that fact was presented to many of the flat earth leaders, I call them gatekeepers, as early as 2017. Evidence of the celestial, the sun angles on the equinoxes and on the solstices, particularly the southern solstice in December. This information contraindicated the simplistic version of the circling sun between the tropics. Now, we can include things like perspective. I was the one who told Jaren from the get that the sun is apparent. I made the argument to him. He fought me tooth and nail on it. Obviously, I was proven correctly. And in reality, mainstream science admits the sun is apparent, even on the globe model.
We just went over this.
I was going to say, we've just clarified that exact point. That was what we discussed with Z earlier. So moving on.
Yeah, and make sure, Z, there is no globe model. Never was. Doesn't exist.
It's but again,
That's
before
why
you do,
we use a.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. That aside, when you were discussing no, we've corrected the apparent aspect that you're putting to Jaren. Were you putting it with that argument to Jaren, Z?
Oh, completely. You know, it was
okay.
And and I know for sure that I'm not the first person to explain this to him. This is my argument with Jaren, is his consistent dishonesty.
Yep.
Now, I don't think Jaren's the sharpest, knife in the drawer. But that being said, the level of, let's say, I don't know, like, I just don't think Jaren's as dumb as he's playing, really.
Oh,
and
I
that's
would
where I
beg
think
to
he's
differ.
dishonest and he's a deceiver.
I would beg to differ, sir.
We can get into how dumb Jaren is another time, right? Your point is that your mind, he's aware of this and he's deliberately ignorant of it because it benefits this false dichotomy. That's why you're labeling him dishonest. I'd say the same.
Yep.
And some of my subscribers have even gone to him and done what you did, which you say, hey, you were well aware that the AE map was debunked when we tracked the sun. In many ways, we did though we were doing it in a more practical way that did definitively show it was wrong, you're doing it in a more pragmatic way, if that's the right way of describing it, with a word that's just got you in trouble, that's sort of undermining your overarching point that you put to Jaren by the sounds things. And that's the bit I want to focus on, because that's what you're focused on. He knew this. He knew it was wrong, and I told him how when he fought me tooth and nail. That's your point. And I'm going, yeah, right. So he gets this information and chooses to ignore it in favour of bolstering the false dichotomy. What the hell's going on? Regardless of stupidity levels, it's fucking outrageous. That's why I now would go, well, he's a shill. Right?
Yeah, he knew it back then. He was part of the group. I don't know if you're familiar with this, Z, but Nathan Oakley and Antonio Subrats were the primaries. They debunked the AE map back in 2016. And Jaren was a part of it. So was Globe Dumpsters, but they weren't the primaries, but they knew of it. This was a big thing back in 2016. Right? But were you aware of that?
Anything
Yes.
that gets in the way.
I'm aware of this.
Okay.
I'm aware of this.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, in my debate with Jaren, he actually used the argument in the opposite way. He kept saying to me that Nathan Oakley proved that the sun circles, okay, which maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but he conveniently left out the issue with the AE map.
Yep. Pure deceit.
Oh my God. I didn't know that either. Jaren's an agent, man. He's here to screw things up for flat earthers and make them look completely stupid as they follow him over a cliff. And then as they're all falling off it, he's got a parachute on his back, putting two fingers up, or the bird for you Americans, as he goes, "You idiots all said all this stuff that I'm now leading you off the cliff with."
Yep. That's exactly what has happened. All right, cool.
Mean sun and what's called civil time to calculate time worldwide. The apparent sun is admitted on any model because the celestial bodies cannot be triangulated no matter what. These are the facts. These were presented to Jaren from 2017 forward. He vilified anybody presenting that information. There were smear campaigns against them, and it was suppressed. Now, I can only conjecture on the reason. These are the facts as I see them. So, this idea that all flat earthers adhered to the simplistic circling sun model over the AE map, disregarding perspective, disregarding optics, is completely fallacious, yet Jaren stuck to this argument not only preceding this final experiment, but now post-dating it to the point where he has disavowed flat earth and called it a dangerous cult.
You are smoking. You're finished, Witsit.
You're absolutely right on the money.
Yep.
Yeah. I said it better 25 seconds earlier, which I did.
Yeah.
That is absolutely spot on.
Yep.
Even forgiving the meat hooks.
Yeah, I had to forgive the meat hooks. We'll get into that later, Z. Don't worry about it.
You, to my knowledge, have maintained your association with Jaren. He has categorized you as a business associate. You have not said anything to lend otherwise. This is why, up to this point, I have considered you to be at least somewhat compromised because of your associations. Now,
damn, man. Listen, Z, you are all over this. This is like white on rice. This is it. Look at his face.
Looks like a giant strawberry.
This is very well done, sir.
Now, we get into the Vape Gate and we can get into
That's
the other
the face
things.
of a liar.
Right?
You see that?
Yeah, we've seen it. Yep.
He's trying to keep his face all measured and straight.
He
Yeah,
can't do it. He can't do it. It's getting put to him articulately, and it's over. Let's see what happens.
Which way are his eyes? Which way are his eyes? Down to the left is what I've noticed. Yeah. Would you people agree on that?
Yeah, he looks beaten. Yep.
He constantly lies.
Yep.
Down to the left is constructing or fabricating visual images.
All right, Adam. That'll be enough of that for right now.
Firstly,
he
I
has to be
am not in
doing
the camp
because he's just had his horse handed to him. Quite clearly, yeah.
Yep.
This guy is complicit. This guy's. Are you the same? It's just been politely put to him. Beautiful language, see, by the way. I'm loving it. It's a proper toasting with manners.
I'm telling you, we're impressed. Your jib is standing out.
Well,
man.
that this is fake.
Well, here's the thing. We did. Hold on.
Zetetic Warrior, too.
You guys, hold on. You may be less impressed when you hear me get to the part where I mentioned the upward vector. I just want to put that out there for everybody. Gird your loins.
Gird our loins for that one. Okay, fair enough. Nice.
No, just before we go, chocolates arrive.
Chocolate.
What's up, family?
What's
How
up,
you guys doing?
bro?
What
I toasted you at the beginning of the stream. If you go back and watch the beginning, and you'll see what I mean. Okay?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Because I played your song.
Really?
Yeah, the Home Depot one.
It's not my song.
I know. Check it out in the beginning, man. It was right on point. I hope it didn't get copyright stricken.
I don't know whose song it is, to be honest with you, but it was hilarious.
But appreciate it, Chocolate. Anything else up to this point, or can we continue?
Nothing else. Did I hear Zetetic Warrior?
Yes.
Is that Z that's in here right now?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. Here we go.
What do you do?
Go ahead.
Just one more thing.
Before you do, these
Fluffy B. Did you want to add something? If not, can you pop yourself on mute?
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
That was my point, Nate.
Okay, we're good. Here we go.
As I said earlier, to me, the circling sun was known about. It's not a problem. It's only a problem for those adhering to a theoretical, begging the question model that's been reified and basically pushed for some agenda. Okay. So to me, you guys went.
You're talking about the azimuthal equidistant projection, right, Z? Yes.
Is we need to do some housekeeping. One of Quantum Eraser YouTube mods. Stick out Z's YouTube channel link and pop it in the YouTube live stream so everybody watching BALLBUSTERS can go and subscribe to see immediately. Why aren't we already? I ask myself.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Go ahead and post it in there, and I will go in and pin it. Somebody will do that for me, please.
On that moment, just in terms of that
Adam, come on, man.
I'm of the same sentiment as Nathan. Why haven't we heard about you, guy? Right now, there's somebody, my brother from another mother, Chocolate's here, and Choc, do you know this guy? And you like sound like you guys have history. Why don't we know each other better?
Not history. You don't remember I came in maybe like 2 weeks ago or something, and I told you guys there was this dude I never really heard of, but he had like a 5-hour live stream where he was just ranking on Jaren. And, you know, at the time, obviously, we weren't too favorable of that guy. So I told you guys about it, and I said his name is Zetetic Warrior. I never heard of him before, but I listened to the live stream because it was freaking... I don't know. It was like a guilty pleasure. It was fantastic because he was just ranking on Jaren for like 5 hours straight. So
was it like when
I had
Jaren
mentioned
used to rank on the fallacies of NASA and all that? It was like watching that, but with Jaren.
Yeah. It was pretty dope.
So
so that was pretty much it. Other than that, I don't really have history with him. This is the first time I'm on a server with him. So welcome to BALLBUSTERS, brother.
Yep, welcome to BALLBUSTERS, and I pinned your channel, so you're good.
Much appreciated. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep.
We want to know
Yeah.
algorithmic track of this stuff
Yeah.
just before we do move on. So if you're one of the BALLBUSTERS live stream members now, we're not just saying this for our health. Click on that link for Z's channel and subscribe and leave him a comment. Just say BALLBUSTERS sent me, so that there is a comment, just so you've got something there. But if even better, if you put at BALLBUSTERS sent me, it helps QE and this channel algorithmically. And it's not, isn't it? It's at Quantum Eraser. If you want to say something, say at Quantum Eraser sent me, just to get into the habit of doing it, so we all do it for each other internally and cross promote each other. But it also helps Z algorithmically to get comments on his video and obviously subscribe to him. We don't typically say that when we're going to these videos because we're normally responding to our opponents. In this case, immediately, if you're watching live, go and subscribe to Z now and leave him a comment on whatever video has been pinned. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, yep, thank you.
Interesting.
I got another interesting point since we're on the azimuthal equidistant globe projection. Can somebody tell me, without looking it up, where was the first documented appeal to the AE map? Who did it?
Tagadan.
Nope.
No, Tagadan tried to make his own
Nope.
azimuthal equidistant projection.
I'm talking about the actual AE map globe projection. Who was the first in history?
Hey Siri, how do you spell adultery?
History? You're talking about a map from the freaking 1800s and you're suggesting that Dubay was the first one to point at it as a flat earther. Are you having me
I
on?
thought about I thought about in this now. I thought he meant like in present context.
Hey, Neil.
I need.
My God.
Terey.
Okay, I'm going to shut him up. All right.
Neil's off mute. Oh, it's a comedy of errors here. I absolutely love it.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
I need
Hold
a
on a
moment of
second.
clarity.
Hold on a second. So, in history, not in this feeble friggin' globe-tard community, and I'm talking about in history, when was it first documented? Without looking it up. Does anyone know? Who did it?
This is my question. Yes. So I want some bloody clarity. Are we after the first documented azimuthal equidistant projection of a globe or the first use of an azimuthal equidistant projection? Different things.
The first use, I'm going to say it again. The first one to comment on the azimuthal equidistant projection in history. The first one to bring it up. Anyone know?
Could be the person who made it then.
I'm going to tell you because this is frigging...
Stop. Go on, Brian. Brian had a guess. What's your guess, Brian?
Question's not been clarified.
Adam!
Getting whooped by Adam now.
My God!
The question has not been clarified.
Oh, my God. I'm going to fucking punch him. I just fucking told you.
Why?
It's wearing.
What further clarity I'm seeking. So calm down.
No, I don't want to do this with you. I'm just going to tell you who it was in history. It was
I want to hear Brian's guess first.
Al Baruni. Al Baruni was. Sir.
Superchat. Oh.
Super Al Baruni.
I was gonna say Al Baruni, but there's too much audio chaos.
No
but
kidding.
Anyways,
wonder who.
Daniel Samaniego. Samaniego. Okay, Z just earned a sub for me. Thumbs up.
Thanks. Appreciate that. So, I will not ask any more questions about history ever again. Here we go.
Just like to point
Stop.
the map
Hold on. Is
Monday.
it? Hold on, Adam. Bloody hellfire. Is it Al Baruni?
Yes.
Why?
I knew it.
Thanks. Here we go.
So it
Down there in
it
the
is on the
observation.
globe then, and not the first azimuthal equidistant projection reference. The map of Monday is just that, but done from Jerusalem.
Thanks, Adam.
Was the observation. In my world, I didn't need you to go down there. I didn't need Jaren or Elizabeth or anybody else to go down there to tell me about that sun. I already saw the evidence. It was enough for me. That's where I stand. Okay. With that being said, you know there's a lot of heat on you right now. The Vape Gate thing is weird. Austin, I've looked at the evidence. There appears to have been a vape. Okay. Now, The floor is yours. The evidence shows me that you vaped and you blew it out. However, to me, that does not negate the observation. It does not make this thing fake. I don't think you guys were in some type of studio. All right. And I'm not saying you're like a Mason or a shill. And if you examine my content and it's all on record, I was
got an objection
very,
there.
very fair with you, particularly.
Man, you've made me do this. I can't believe you've made me do this, you bastard. You don't know they weren't in a studio, though, do you?
I said, I don't believe they were. Yeah, and I've said earlier in their stream, I can't prove that they were or they weren't, and I leave it open to some percentage. I just don't believe it.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I just want to give you a different perspective on this, right? You're one of us now in this regard, right? This is utterly inconsequential to you, isn't it? FE is inconsequential
Exactly.
to you. Right. Therefore, you're in a privileged position that you can take either stand, remain inconsequential. I tried to say before you joined, I was like, somebody comes on this panel and says, it absolutely, without question, happened. But like, all right, fair enough. Okay. And I'm accepting it. It means that for the sake of discussion, I can accept it. Now, and literally, that guy goes, right, so cool, I've made my arguments and you've overcome them or agreed with them, whatever. He drops, next man joins, 10 seconds later, and goes, it is, without question, all fake. Go, all right, okay, fair enough. Literally, within 10 seconds of the last guy coming and me agreeing with him that it's all real. In other words, I can take either stance because it's inconsequential. It matters not. I can still reiterate my arguments without my acceptance or denial of it being fake or real mattering to my arguments either. We're lucky we can sit on the sidelines of this. You're in a lucky position where you can go, I don't care, I can accept it as fake or not. I don't care either way. And if you want to discuss it as though it's fake, I can. You want to discuss it as it's real straight after, I can do that too. No worries.
Yep.
Before we move on, I've got a question. I've got a question for Zeke. And it's none of that is relevant to me because before these guys were going, unfortunately, we had a bit of a crusade. So what they'd like is for me to discuss whether or not they were in a studio. Yeah, I'm way beyond that point, and this is what I want to ask. See, do you recognise for sure and without a doubt, Witsit is a liar? He is a proven liar and snake oil salesman, as demonstrated through his ether grift, well before he got on board with a 24-hour sun not meaning something, shit, I'm going to earn lots of money out of this incident where we're embroiled right now. Do you recognise the point that you're being a good person and reasonable? Well, I wouldn't want to indict myself because they've gone there and given me testimony, but you recognise this testimony is from a guy that's pissed in our face for over a year, lying to us, and his word is worth nothing, and that's what should be focused on, not what a liar saw in Antarctica, but the fact he's a liar.
So here, look, I know basically his claims on ether. First there was a medium, then there's no medium, and then there's a medium when it suits him. And then it travels, and then it doesn't travel when it suits him. I'm well acquainted with his waffling. Now, to conjecture him as a liar, okay, maybe we can argue about the semantics of that.
Oh no,
but
we
I know
can't.
he's backtracked.
No, we can't.
I know he's backtracked on his traveling light. Is it instant light? Is it traveling through the ether? Is it propagating wave? Is it instantaneous? I've seen him waffle. Now, to call him a liar on that?
No.
That's
No. I have the lies. I have the lies documented. That's double speak. That's already documented. We have the lies documented. Sir. Flat out lying.
The trouble is, you see, is that grift that they'd played for the best part of 2 years, disrupting the community. We'd spent the best part of a year, this past year, demonstrating the lies that he'd put to this community, has now all been miraculously washed away with this new false dichotomy. Yeah, and that's my point to you. Please remember that the lies you've already been given on separate topics for him to earn a money on a separate grift. Now at this grift, and at this point, it doesn't matter what he saw. He's a proven liar to anybody in court, right? This guy has been shown to the court to be a proven liar. It doesn't matter what testimony he brings forth.
Yes.
Same with Jaren.
Yep.
Man that says science doesn't prove things.
We'll get to Z. We'll demonstrate that to you. We're not going to do it now. I have a couple small audio, but that will solve the problem of the lie. What you spoke about is his constant double speak. No, that's not what we're talking about. That's a belly laugher to begin with. The contradiction after contradiction, almost within the same breath. Yeah, I have over 130 hours on my channel right now with all those, but we have the lies also. We'll get to those for you. Okay?
This playlist is called T Jumps and Lies.
Say again.
He jumps and lies.
He jumps and I don't know what that means. Can we continue? Thank you.
Beginning, but your continued association with Jaren is huge red flags in my book. It continues to be to this day, and that's where I stand. Go ahead, floor's yours.
I just want to say that's masterful. The way you put it to him, the way you carried yourself, every point that you made, right on point. Very impressed. There's Z.
All right, cool.
You said we haven't got to the upward vector.
That's
part yet.
that's utterly meaningless at this point.
A lot there, obviously. I'll try to remember it all. So
there wasn't a lot there. You don't have much to remember. You're in a compromised position with your association with Jaren, Mr. Oh boy, we don't want to even get.
We do
into
the
it.
vape thing from the rip, right? The first time I was asked if I
hold
vaped
on, Adam. I'm playing the video.
We was just helping your Alzheimer's, both me and Nathan there. Ping pong golf ball.
I was trying to think of Mr. Rocks Cause Waterfalls, Jaren. I got Mr. Ping Pong Golf Ball down. This is very easy what he told you. So let's hear. I don't know if you're listening to his question. Let's see if you heard his question.
Antarctic, I said yes. So that was in Earth Awakenings, this live stream 24/7. And I talked for hours and hours redundantly about that. Yes, I vaped. I used to vape. I quit vaping. I found a vape in my bag. Everyone claiming that's.
So he went to the vape right off the bat. Okay, we'll have to put up with this. That's
Pause.
Right.
Is that going to work at customs, Nathan? Right. Did you pack this bag yourself? Yes. There's a vape in it. Ooh, I don't know. I just found a vape in my bag. What? The vape fairies bring it. Or did you pack it?
Problem is there was a lot of compound information put to Witsit all at once, and whenever you're being essentially interrogated, which is what Z's doing here, if it's all put to, in this case, Witsit all at once, he's going to pick the lowest common denominator amongst the things that he's heard to attract first.
Yep.
It's hanging fruit in that was just put to him wasn't his guilty by association to Jaren, his business partner. It was Vape Gate.
Yep.
So he's gone to the lowest hanging fruit, basically. Isn't
That's fine. Let's see if he hits on what Z challenged him with.
No. We just indicted him as a liar, and you've just pressed 3 seconds of him, and he's just, like I said, go to customs, right? Is it Argentinian customs?
We heard it the first time.
He's a fucking liar. Just, can you not hear? He just pissed in your face again. Right. Yeah, those swear in my arse. Don't give me that.
Yeah,
nonsense.
you're right,
Focus
Adam. You're right. You're correct.
on
Yes.
what matters. Not whether he vaped or he didn't vape. Focus on when pressed on it, he lies at you with a blatant lie. I just found it in my bag.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Yep. You're correct. Yes. It's a small one compared to the ones that he's laid out to us. But you're right.
That's a
He's a
lie.
compulsive liar, and
I
that's
can see
Adam's
why.
point, yes.
Are you
I'm
done?
so sorry, but Adam's got a point. He's a compulsive liar. That's just yet another lie. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
And I talked for hours and hours redundantly about that. Yes, I vaped. I used to vape. I quit vaping. I found a vape in my bag. Everyone claiming that's a lie. I guess I.
Well, you're a demonstrated liar. So
Honest, Mum. It weren't my fags, Mum. Honest. My mate put them in my bag, Mum.
When did this happen? When did this interview happen?
Just last night.
Oh, right. Little shit, isn't he? Now it's like, oh no, I was always in the open about having it in my bag. No, the aspect of having it in your bag and not using it to pretend that you got steam coming out your mouth was what you leaned on before. Now you're making out like you were always in the open about it. Weasel, slippery little snake.
Yep.
Quick question.
I can see why that's cool.
Having read the Trip to Antarctica document, what you take in your bag is very important. You can't take a bag of crisps, right? Because of the waste thing. Imagine taking that little vape battery and to Antarctica. You got to declare all of these things. Yet he's found it in his bag.
You made your point, Adam.
Coincidental or whatever, but I found an old
Little
vape
things
and I hid it
the
because
most
I wasn't
telling.
at home, right? So like I wouldn't vape around my children. I quit vaping because Aaliyah was about to be born. You know, like I wasn't gonna smoke when I had children or whatever. I also had a cigarette there. I hate cigarettes. Think they smell terrible. Would never smoke around my children, etc. So I did that. I was away from my
Yeah.
Pause,
This is all
pause,
deception
right?
detective stuff, innit, Adam?
Can we have two J's and swap the word vape with crack pipe?
No.
Reimagine it. Yeah?
No.
Listen
But
to it.
he's
No, I just found it.
overcompensating.
I didn't used to do crack because like my daughter was born, and then I went to Antarctica and I found this crack pipe, and I just thought I'd give it a blow.
Over-egging the pudding is over-explaining something.
Yes.
This is, again, a few people have said this now, where this specific behaviour from Witsit is what pricked their ears up. So up until him doing this very thing now, they were like, this is nothing. Hold on a second. Why is he overlying and over-egging the pudding when it comes to his explanations and overhamming the I found it and I wouldn't want to smoke around my kids? And this is way too much. Now I am interested.
Yep.
house is
Exactly.
the only reason I would be vaping or smoking a cigarette. Okay.
Oh,
I
now
never
you're
lied about
interested
hitting a
in the
vape.
pair of you,
What
are
I
you?
said and still say to this day, which is just the truth, is that I did not hit a vape and then walk over to the camera to try to fake my breath, because that would just be retarded. Like, now you say you think that I really went there, so you can
Pause. That is your atypical baller response to anything to do with. Oh, there. I wouldn't do that because it would be retarded. Well, you're a proven retard. So that seems a logical thing by your standards. You do. For you to indict that as a reasonable conclusion for me to draw, you wouldn't fake your breath with a vape because that would be retarded. Even though when you tried to give breath on multiple, you failed except this one time where you've got hand motions that are confusing, shall we say. That's what would be retarded for me to believe your explanation. Yeah? It's like I say, it's like watching a boy who's his mum's caught him smoking. Listen to him. Just been caught smoking behind a bike shed. We know what he was doing.
Can I make?
You might
can I
as
make a
well.
statement,
Let's stay right here on the Vape Gate. Might as well get. We're gonna start at the top
Yeah, well,
and go
Not
down.
the vaping.
Hold
the
on,
lying.
everyone.
Hang on.
Stop. Brian, then me. Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you, Nathan. Right. From word go, when I heard about this Vape Gate thing, right, and there's all these different stories coming from him where he did, he didn't, and he didn't mean to do it, and blah blah blah. This is what the very first thing that came to my mind. He said he was going in to get his gloves, right? His screen was put on black for whatever reason, right? He went in, he came out, he had one glove on him and the other glove off, and he was smoking a vape, right? He freely admits that at the moment. He took a pull, blew it out, walked towards the laptop, took another pull, then before he took the laptop off of black, before he opened up his camera for his audience to see him again, he blew a vape over his right shoulder. Then he took then he instantly at the same time went back on camera. Now, what came out of his mouth then was obviously more vape, right? Now, I don't think that he actually intentionally decided to vape on camera. But when it came out, I reckon what he did is when it came out, he just capitalized on it there and then. Because that's the kind of stupid thing that he does. Just an element right in the minute. Yeah, right, in a moment. And that's what I reckon. And he's in trouble because he capitalized on something, thinking, oh, it would be smart to give people the impression that that's my breath. Because that proves I'm in Antarctica or something. Right? But I don't think he actually premeditated it. I think it was an accident that he capitalized on.
Okay, fair enough. Good section, but by the same token, what's this now useful for when it comes to Witsit and his discussions on platforms like this with Z? Well, what did Z lay out? I know I've said it already, but I'm going to reiterate it. Like when he's taken that low-hanging fruit of Vape Gate, right? What does it assist him in? It avoids the awkward, horrible position about the false dichotomy setup. That's the complicated argument. And the real issue, Jaren already knew that this map didn't work. Why would he be setting it up to fail in false dichotomy? Why would you be assisting him in this?
Yep.
You're his business partner after all.
Yep.
Well, well, I didn't really take a vape. It's because I didn't want my wife to find out I was still smoking. What? That's what you took off the table? That's what you picked up after I laid all this down?
Yep.
I'm speaking like on behalf of Z. Like, that's where Witsit's useful Vape Gate exploitation step in. And Brian's explanation is essentially when you're a lying shitbag and you're on stream, it don't matter if you're on Antarctica and you realise that there's massive implications to doing it. Oh, I've just proved this chat wrong by a bit of lie. Doesn't really matter. And it blows up and you go, oh, well, that useful lie's now turned into something I can avoid all awkward questions with. It's just the behaviour of a demonstrable liar. A little lie turns into a useful lie later on. That's all this is.
Yep. Let's see if he deals with it, though.
See why, if I was just actually there, faking my breath with a vape would just be retarded, right? Like, it doesn't even make any sense.
It's perplexing to say the least.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, like, if you actually look at the video real closely, you'll see every time I hit a vape,
Who
I'm trying to hide it from the camera.
cares?
And that's because I would never vape on camera. For one,
Great.
like, I think it's trashy looking. And two, if there's like younger people that like look up to me, quote unquote, in any way,
Look up to me, quote unquote. Oh my God.
There's the lie. There you go. There's the vape lie. I would never vape on camera. Whole Vapegate issue where they caught you vaping on camera is why you're in this position. His statement, I would never vape on camera. No, Witsit. What happened was you accidentally vaped on camera and then claimed it was your breath in Antarctica. That matters not whether or not it's your Antarctic breath. Clearly, there wasn't much of it, or everybody would just have a non-issue about this Vapegate shit. But there's your lie. I would never. No, you did. It's turned into something called Vapegate, you stupid lying piece of crap.
want to make them think that vaping's cool, right? It's the same reason I don't cuss like on my streams, even though you may occasionally hear me cuss off stream. Like, I'm not going to cuss on stream. So anyway, I was trying to not vape on the camera for multiple reasons. So if you actually watch it, even the moment in question, I hit a vape, I walk over there, I exhale out away from the camera. Like, I turn my head away from the camera and everything. Try to get another exhale out, and then I walk over there talking. I did go into the building right before that, and I was in there for like a minute, and then I drank some water. And in Antarctica, when they give you the water, it's all like boiling hot water, because if you want it to be cold, you just throw snow in there. Like, the water just comes from the snow anyway.
Oh my God.
I just want to offer a bit of empathy for our opponents because of Witsit, Shitsit, the lying shitbag. Suddenly, Dave McKeegan, and as much as I hate it with gritted teeth, Toon and Duffy, suddenly are in an awkward position where their credibility is up on the table because of a lying shitbag flat earther. Now, maybe they'll take advantage of that fact. Oh, what I tried not to vape on camera, accidentally did, claimed it was my Antarctic breath that nobody else was experiencing. That's to say, you lied to your chat stream. Because what, you didn't want to get caught by kids vaping, so you lied to a chat stream. It turned into a massive ordeal, and now Dave McKeegan and Will Duffy and Toon, let's pretend they were in good standing, they are not, got their credibility on the table as a result of you lying shitbag. As it so happens, they're all lying shitbags, so who really cares? But that's just how you might feel. You might say Dave McKeegan, nobody's pointing out anything particularly egregious about him. He's just your average skank and file anti-flat earth globetard. In this instance, if I was Dave McKeegan, as it's the only one I can even slightly eke out a tiny bit of potential feelings of mistreatment in this regard by you lying shitbag Witsit, because suddenly what is the credibility? Well, fortunately, how did we find out that you're a lying shitbag? Well, because of Dave McKeegan. He was like, I'm not a lying shitbag, I'll just lay everything out that I've got. Here's the other angle from Duffy, and as it transpires, yeah, he was vaping. Who's the only one who's been pragmatic, stood back from it all and tried to be honest? It seems like fucking Dave McKeegan. How irritating is it for me to have empathetic musings on Dave McKeegan's behalf Why? Because of this shitbag liar called Witsit. Lied about vaping. That's the bottom line here, isn't it?
Yes. Can we get by it?
Nothing more, nothing less.
Can we get by it?
Happening there?
No, we're going to get by it. We're going to get by it. Okay?
Why though?
Okay, we're going.
When you drink
Clearly,
hot
there's
water
gonna be a
and you walk
really
outside,
brilliant
you
bit
see your breath
coming up,
more.
Brian.
And it takes like a couple minutes, so you don't really see your breath. So I just assumed that that's what my breath was from, which is why I said, "What's up now?" and took 2 deep breaths after that, thinking you keep seeing it, and you didn't. Now that the HD footage has come out and I've seen,
Please, for everything sacred and holy, Witsit, get by
I
this
have to
vape.
say this. Hang on, I have to say this. Right. This is what I was trying to say a second ago, and now he's after making it impossible for me to stay quiet. He said he went in and drank some hot water. And he came out and one second, hear it out. Otherwise, I may as well be on YouTube. Listen.
Someone else interrupting you. Actually, someone's hot micing. Everyone else, can you go on mute, please? What is that? Something. Thank you.
Yeah, he's after diverting it now to hot water, and he said what he's saying now is when I came out and I breathed out. What he's implying is that he thought it was due to the hot water, but that he didn't tell his audience that either. He didn't tell his audience anything, and if that video hadn't come out from Dave McKeegan or whoever, nobody would be any the wiser. He didn't imply to his audience, and he didn't tell his audience, I just drank hot water, that's why you see my breath. He didn't say, I just had a vape, so that's probably why you see my breath. He said absolutely nothing. Now he's trying to say, oh, I thought it might have been due to the hot water. Well, you didn't inform your audience about that. People who put food on your table, you liar. There's a lie, straight out there. That's pure dishonesty there.
seen the sequence of events because obviously I'm not a robot. I don't literally remember every single second of everything. I'm like, oh, I hit a vape closer to that moment than I thought. I will readily say maybe some vape was left over in there or something. I don't know. And I think that might be the case because you didn't see my breath.
Oh my God.
I hit the vape closer than I thought. It's like his lies lead him to elude that he's not in control of his own freaking brain or actions. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Because I have to believe that these guys went to Antarctica. I don't know that they did. That's at this point, the AE projections. I don't believe anything they're saying. Like, it's to the point where they look like the astronauts to me.
After
That's
that,
the
if it was
point.
because I was
They have
warm,
all
you would think you'd maybe
credibility
keep seeing my
of
breath
Neil
around.
Armstrong.
Oh, hold on a second. Everyone stop. QE, right, you just have to accept that we have got lots of guests and they all are going to want to talk. You're going to have to move off the play button. Come on. Do it. That's it. Relax.
No, further to the right.
Further away. Just chill. Right, there's a few people who want to talk. Adam's had 2 attempts now. Go ahead, Adam.
I wanted to agree with Eli there. That's exactly it, right?
See you up to that, Mike.
Would I take the word of the people who claim they went to the moon? No. There were other independent people that had some veracity. No. This is where Witsit and Jaren are proven liars to us, saying they went there. This is the trouble. Speaking to Z here, any data that's presented to me it's not worth anything. The people that are claiming whether they did vape, they didn't vape, they're proven liars. And even when they try to justify a simple action, which is on camera, demonstrate that they'll even lie about that to my face. There's not a word of inference that these people have to my perspective of flat earth. That's the most important thing. So for the rest of it, all we can undermine and reiterate is watch this boy lie. Watch him squirm and contradict himself. Yeah, because we've spent a year and a bit with it on ether. Now we're going to have a year and a bit of it on 24-hour sun trip. Did I didn't go? Did I go? Did I vape? Did I not vape? Liar.
He just conceded to what he was trying to hold an argument for himself against, and then conceded. It's just like the Globers do. They'll start off with a position in an argument or whatever, and then they'll end up taking your position at the end of it, as if they didn't have the position opposing yours. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's correct. That's exactly what he did. That's exactly right.
yeah. He basically is admitting to what I had predicted had happened.
Oh my God.
Hey, QE,
So
can I
that's
add
a-
something to this? Just simple, real quick. The first time he talked about.
I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
No.
Okay. Hold on.
Everyone chill for a second. Roger's going to figure something out. We'll play 10 or 15 seconds and we will come back to Roger once he's sorted his mic out.
The truth with that is
Thank
it's
you,
really
Ian.
simple. I just would never fake my breath, and it would be much easier for me to say I did at this point, right? Because people would shut up. But I'm not going to lie to appease that. So
You're a demonstrable liar. So don't tell us about you're not going to lie.
So that's the thing. I think maybe more importantly, though,
Pause,
is the other
pause,
side.
He did fake it because when he tried to repeat it, he couldn't. We watched it. What's going? You did fake it, mate. We watched you put something to your mouth. Whatever you did, whether it was just gather a bit of moisture in your glove, yeah, whatever you did, you couldn't then do it. You went foo, foo, like Puff the Crappy Dragon afterwards, and you couldn't get even a little bit of smoke out, could you?
Puff the Crappy Dragon.
This is the upside. Yes, what Adam's saying is it proves Witsit lied.
Yes.
Now, to all the people who initially we called out and shouted down as being tards for looking at this stuff, I'm going to take it all back and say, right, what's the upshot? You proved without a doubt that Witsit's a lying scumbag, because here he is lying his ass off about it. That's what you actually showed.
About an inconsequential event.
It's not.
No.
It goes
It's
to
not.
the
It's not
credibility of pause.
Each time you do press play, though, you will have to move back off the play button.
I didn't say his lying was the inconsequential event. I said this vaping thing is inconsequential. Why is he even talking about it?
How
I would
dare
say
you?
that's
How
the thing.
dare you? What an outrage. Do you not understand that whether or not Witsit vaped will affect directly the nature of the shape of Earth and sky? How dare you?
Hey,
No,
gentlemen,
it's
can you
all
hear me
the
now? Maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, right. We're gonna get
Yeah.
some order. Roger, yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you. You're loud and clear.
Good.
Bear with me, though.
I'm bearing with you.
There's a queue of people. We're going to get Eli, then Roger, and establish who else wants to talk. QE's going to hover away from the play button. No, he's hovering. I'm not even looking. Or move it.
Okay. So
Eli.
let's not act like. Listen, let's not. We know what reification is. What I'm saying is, these people lying about all this other weird stuff, weird shadows going on, weird vaping going on, not having breath in Antarctica because it's so dry, them having shirts off. I've never been to Antarctica. I just know I had an idea of what it was like, and their experience isn't the same as my imagined experience. So that's already a problem. But I can't believe these guys went there because they are lying about everything. What if there is a 24 hours?
Okay. Stop. Everyone stop. The people who want to say stuff, we've got to unpack it each as it comes through. Yes, okay, Eli. Number one, I've had first-hand testimony. It seems, number one, not porting with their observations of this 24-hour sun when he made his observations. However, his description of the Antarctic summer in this regard specifically is absolutely in line with what they showed. He said to me personally, this is Robert Shortman, during parts of summer, he would go out in a t-shirt. And it would be perfectly fine. It'd be like, some days, and he said, like, when it was cold, but not so cold that you couldn't go out in a t-shirt in the summer. When they're showing what they're showing, and I've heard that from him, I think, no, that does sit in line with what it could potentially be like in Antarctica. So I don't discredit them for the not having breath thing. It's a complete nothing burger. However, just to bolster the second thing you said, you're saying with an appeal to credibility, which is perfectly reasonable. Look, I can't trust this man's word. He's a bullshitter, a proven bullshitter. How can I trust anything he says? It's a credibility issue, and you're right. Right, before we move on to Adam.
And also less to the focus.
Oh, God, we got a queue. Roger next, then Adam.
Roger's next.
Okay, yeah. In the first instance,
he lied straight up to Flats right on it when he got landed. He just flat out said he didn't vape and he wasn't vaping while I was there. From that first go, he doubled back from that. That should be your first tell, and this should not be on the table as a discussion. Really, he is just a straight up liar. He lied to us right off the bat, right when he got off the plane. That's all I had to add.
He's a proven liar. Yes, correct. Right. We got Brian, Adam, then Brian.
Off you go, Brian. It was just a point of contradiction here.
Thank
more important.
God.
Flatsy, then Brian. Then QE wants to moan and say, "Oh God," a few times. Flatsy first.
Himsake sent, I see Witsit is still puffing this waffle train. Shout out to Z.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
Hey, Brian. Thank you for the super chat.
I'll make it fast.
Yeah,
The
no friggin'
reason why
way.
this is important.
Not quick enough, it would seem, Brian. You immediately got into
Obviously
it.
not. I should have said nothing. Right. I won't make it fast. I'm going to lay it out then, if that's the case. The
Then I'll
reason why
mute
this
you.
is important.
Then I'll mute you.
God. I've got to take control of QE for you, Brian, there. Sorry. QE, just chill.
Just give me a second. You'll relate to this, QE. The reason why this is so important is because this guy is trying to get out there onto the biggest platforms and say he represents us. I wanted to get back to the big platforms that he does not represent any of us, and he is a proven liar. That's why it's important. Because it shows that he's willing to lie to his audience, people who actually help put food on his table. That's why it's so important. And I think people are completely missing that. I'm finished. Thank you, Nathan. And QE.
Well, thank you to the last three people who want to make it explicitly clear. I think we are now clear. Witsit's a liar. Okay, we got it. We know. We are without a doubt and sure about this fact. Witsit's a proven scumbag liar.
Yeah, we knew that before the video started. We knew that 3.5 years ago.
Well, given that fact, then, why on earth would we give any credence to when he says, "Trust me, bro"? I did see it
Eli's
24
point.
hours, son.
That's Eli's point. Well done. Roger, you're off mute. Did you want to add something as well? Roger.
No, I didn't know I was off mute. Sorry.
That was Eli's point. Did you want to add something else, Eli? But then Brian again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all I wanted to say was it's not about the vaping again. It's about why are you lying about it?
Yeah, Brian, and then we'll get back to the video, hopefully.
Yeah, why Kiwi, you were saying we already knew he's a liar. That's not the point. The point is that this is him on camera deceiving his audience, right? It's a lot bigger, as in, and a lot more apparent to everybody what's going on there, especially to someone who's not you, who doesn't know anything about him, right? So that's why it's important, because they're likely to see that. That's why it's important, because this is his make it or break it moment. If he can get past this, he can get onto these big platforms where he represents us. He does not represent any of us. I can basically speak for everyone here. Certainly doesn't represent me. And I don't want to out there saying he does. So that's why it's important.
Okay. Anybody else before QE blows a vein?
At the beginning. So with Jaren, for example, like for one, when he says we're business partners, we both hope.
Oh my God!
People they're gonna want to talk. Stop with your oh my gods. Right, you're just gonna. I've told you, you're gonna have to accept. There's gonna be. I can dispense with this quickly, or every single time somebody else in the queue gets in to try and talk through this video, I can't dispense with them quickly with the oh my godding through them. I'm just gonna get through them.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Thanks for the counseling.
Someone else, you're about to press play again. I can see you moving.
Is Z?
I can see you moving towards that play button.
Shut up. Is Z still there? Z.
Yeah, I'm here. What's
I
going on?
apologize. It takes us, it's painstaking because everyone wants to get their feelings in here. I apologize if you have to stay here for 18 hours to get through 1 minute of video. I apologize from me to you. Okay?
No apology needed. I'm all good.
Okay. Before QE moves back over to the play button, because I know he's keen, Right, I saw Chocolate flash, and then is there anybody else other than Chocolate? And then we'll get through at least 30 seconds of the video. Chocolate, did you want to add something? Or anybody else?
What I was going to say isn't very consequential. I just wanted to say every time I hear Witsit, the questions about the Vape Gate.
Well, we can't hear
shit.
you.
Oh, you
Turned him
can't
off.
hear me?
Just to be quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Good enough.
Yeah, I was just going to say, every time I hear Witsit answering questions about the vape nonsense, I just hear Alan Bean talking, trying to answer questions about going through the Van Allen belt, right? or whether they saw stars or didn't see stars. Like, this is the level that this has reached. And QE, you say this is, why are they talking about this? This is all they're going to talk about. They're never going to talk about the actual thing, which is supposed to be the sun, whether the sun was there for 24 hours or not, because they have like 17 gates they got to get through just to even get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so this,
but Z's
this
gonna
is the part.
Z's gonna make him play his hand. Is what I wanted to get to. I know it's coming.
Hold on, QE. Go ahead, Neil. Neil, what did you want to add?
No, I'm just laughing at Chocolate's 17 Gates. But I just wanted to say one other thing. We caught him in a recent lie. He came on, he said he didn't mean to come on. And when Nathan started hammering him, he said, I didn't even mean to come on here, but I figured I'm here and I'd just get your opinions on something. He's a liar. We all know this.
Okay, but Chocolate inadvertently, right at the end, when QE's desperate to get back to the playing of this, has highlighted something quite interesting, which is how he phrased it. They've got to get through all these gates, deal with something that, for them, these are the flat Earth believers. They don't want to address the bit is the elephant in the room for them, which is the 24-hour sun. So they're putting up all these barriers like Vape Gate and Drone Gate and Shadow Gate. So they just don't have to look at the 24-hour sun that debunks their model that they don't have. It's just a map. It's a projection of a globe. And they don't want to admit to any of that. So they put up all these barriers like Vape Gate. Witsit's going to lean into that because it means he doesn't have to deal with anything more consequential than whether or not he freaking vaped. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's inadvertently Chocolate's got the overarching point in this regard with Vapegate, which is that it's just a way of flat Earth believers putting up barriers to the awful truth that their stupid non-model didn't, it failed. If that was consequential to us, we'd have a problem with this, and maybe we'd be putting up gates. Anybody else before QE presses play?
Host the summit together. We have a virtual summit where we bring on other truther speakers or whatever, right? And we pay for these platforms up front. We pay the speakers, and then like up front, right? And then there's a little bit of money that's made off of that when everything gets paid out. Okay, so we do that together. So we're quote unquote business partners.
What's the quote unquote business partners? What does that mean? You quote unquote moron.
We have a summit together. Okay. When it comes to like disavowing him or distancing from him or anything like that, like I know Jaren in real life. Like I know Jaren very well. I've talked to him for hours and hours and hours, multiple nights.
Yeah, that's nonsense. So you mean in real life, you know Jaren? That's astonishing. Z is just beside himself.
Move off the play button. Wait.
Share the bed.
There's people who want to talk. Adam, then Flatsy.
I do think it's profound. You'd start with the statement that fundamentally, yes, he is a business partner without trying to cop waffle around it, but just basically admitting it, and then double down with the even more profound thing that this business partner you've met in real life. Is there anything substantive that ever comes out of your mouth, Witsit?
Nope. There's nothing but he's trying to buffalo everyone with boneheaded bollocks. He's a motor mouth. Sometimes you can't even hear what he's saying. He speaks so fast. His motor mouth goes so fast at some points. It's like 10,000 times faster than the caper-sized piece of horse shit he's got in between his ears can keep up with. It's abject nonsense, and you're going to be hearing a ton of it because Z's going to pull it out of him. Flatsy, floor is yours.
You go ahead.
I said I hope he knew him before, I hope he even got bought him dinner before sharing the bed with him. Where he wanted to punch, Jaren wanted to punch him, all that good stuff.
Nice.
Yep.
Brokeback Mountain scenario.
Boone partner. Here we go.
I know personal details about his life and vice versa. And like Jaren is just a real person. So
well, we didn't know that he was a real person. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Like people may disagree with how he's gone about flat earth or how he's reactionary and will say things kind of antagonistically or whatever it is. But I know him in real life. And I'm super.
He knows him in real life 3 times now.
If why would you present a case that because somebody's not antagonistic, it means they are a real person? There's nothing coming out of your mouth that's addressing anything. Again, you've reaffirmed you know him in real life. Well done.
How is this a defense? I met Jimmy Savile in real life. He's a real person, Jimmy Savile. Real person. Like actually real. Like I spent time with Jimmy Savile.
Is he real?
Okay.
And I met Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
He's real.
This means a lot to me.
Hold on. I don't want to cut you off as I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, as you're cutting that, you
Do
should do it. Right. Yes.
But you're a logical man. I don't have to.
He doesn't know what logic is. He's not a logical man. No, he's not.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
-1 for Z. Sorry, Z.
Explain to you logic. Is it possible that your emotional connection?
Oh my God. What?
I was just saying that's one way to get Witsit to open his mouth is to rub his ego. So telling him, look, you're a logical man is a good thing to do. You go, I am a logical man. I'm very special. I'm very good. I am. I represent lots of people. And then he'll spew a heap of rubbish.
All right. It's
That's
fair
how you
enough. Z, I apologize if you were doing that.
Me too.
Because Brian's exactly right.
To your friend Jaren is clouding your logic in this matter, because what you're saying to me regarding the truth or the falsehood of this matter is not logical. It's emotional. Your connection to Jaren, he's a real person. It seems to be straw manning an idea and then making an emotional appeal regarding Jaren. Because
Yep, you're getting decorated. You're just I'm gonna decorate your ass. Z.
Who's got the medals?
I just get the medals. We're gonna decorate his ass. That's it.
Come here, booger. You gonna put the medal on him?
Super medal.
Yeah, this is masterful. Where have you been, Z?
I've been right here all along. Nathan mentioned me one time a few months ago. I had a debate with Jaren, and Nathan brought it up for like a minute. Somebody pointed it out to him. He gave me credit, and then he critiqued me and called me Zed. I remember that.
No way.
That's it. That's been the extent of my I guess my presence here in this channel or your channel.
We're gonna make up for it. All right.
Separate from your association with him and your possible friendship, Jaren has consistently shown himself to be dishonest and deceptive. Now, either you see it or you don't. I don't know. But the reality is these are facts. Okay? Jaren made a very specific claim before this so-called final experiment. His claim was that a 24-hour Antarctic astral sun would make the flat Earth impossible and lend the greater argument to the globe. That's the issue with me that I and others like me took towards Jaren, okay? Is his positive statement regarding this. Jaren then played the victim. He besmirched my name consistently, okay? He smeared me in so many ways and otherwise, okay, based on my disagreement on this topic.
Just because of its pertinency. Wow. So we've now got 2 examples of how when a opposing view, which is validatable, how Jaren deals with it. Yeah. Science-proof things and what Z said. This is very telling. Watching Witsit wink and flinch is quite
He's
telling
not.
as well.
He's beat. Look at him. He's beaten. Look at his face.
I've had one wink. The interesting thing is there's not the body movement when there is the direct indictment of disagreement from Witsit. He's just taken it. He's done a wince. His body movements are very telling. But say important to me here, look. Say the way Zed seems to present himself now, he should be listened to a lot more than the way we present stuff. It's a lot more in their way in which they give us apologetics for why they should ignore the evidence we present. But there's no way, from what I've seen, that Zed could be accused of doing anything other than presenting in the most beautiful, fluffy manner that nobody could present objection to. Yet, what's being described now is how Jaren then goes on to misrepresent and ad hom him and attack him. That is very telling. For somebody we've never met, oh shit, you've had, once again, a similar experience. We tried to tell him, Zed, that science proves things. Idiots that we are. Crazy, delusional people.
By the way, Z is how the British say Z, like we say Z.
Thanks,
in America.
Flatsy. Yeah.
They say Z.
Yep.
How the English pronounce the English
language. Yes. Thanks. Here we go.
I was proven to be correct. Jaren obviously painted himself into a corner that there's no way out of. That's why he has to disavow the flat earth, gaslight everybody on the way out, and play the victim because of his positive statement. That's the issue. The issue is the 24-hour Antarctic sun, Jaren's statements on it, and his deceptive statements. Number one, he has strawmanned every flat earther into the circling sun over the AE map model, which I think was debunked years ago. Okay, plain and simple. It doesn't mean the map's debunked.
No, it was debunked. Then maps aren't models. What?
Gosh.
I'll see you first.
I just want to highlight that he said that Jaren had to exit out of flat earth and gaslight everyone on the way out.
Yeah, that's what he did.
How profound. I know, but he said it so eloquently.
Oh.
And it's so true.
You got a
Very
lot
good.
of fans over here, Z. Starting to make me sick.
I'm starting to dislike you too, Z. I've got to be honest.
I was going to add a bit of criticism there of you, Z.
I did have a
Maybe
criticism. I had a criticism, and I voiced it. Well, that we can work on that. That's not a big deal. That's minor stuff.
Okay, it certainly doesn't mean the flat earth's debunked. It means that simplistic, reified, begging the question, unevidenced model is debunked. Now, Jaren has consistently misrepresented.
Love a little cheeky round of applause. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Witsit agreed.
This is excellent.
Yep.
Witsit's frozen
when shown
in time.
evidence of the
Yeah, he is. He looked like a little puppy dog that was getting his head smashed in. Z let up a little bit on him. Let's see if he goes for the kill shot.
The apparent sun, not only by myself, but by you and others like Shane St. Pierre and on and on and on. He has disregarded this evidence in favor of this model when the sun is obviously apparent. I do not think Jaren is as unintelligent as not to know this. Therefore, my only conclusion is that he's being deceptive on that topic. Okay? So he's misrepresenting flat earth in terms of the model. He's gaslighting everybody in terms of what he's said in his statement regarding the implications of the observation, and on and on and on, regardless of any personal connection. These are the facts. He has now caught flat earth.
Z's wagging his finger at him. These are the facts. Nicely done.
A dangerous cult, regardless of his experience from certain members of the community. All right. To call flat earth a dangerous cult right now, knowing his national prominence in multiple media sources. Okay. We can see now where this is going to go, the headlines and the spin. So for any of us to question Jaren and for you to continually place Jaren in the victim narrative, I have to call out. And
I'm plotting. You're getting decorated. No doubt about it.
I've got a slight issue with your objection here to him, Z, because when Jaren describes the dangerous cult, He's right. It's just he created that dangerous cult.
Yep.
Right. And he had various cult leaders that made it culty. We could lead him off the cliff and then with his parachute, give him the bird as he falls and says, "Hi, you're all cult in a cult." Yeah. You all got them grouped up in that cult though. So I can see your objection because you're tarred with the same brush, right?
Yep.
So you don't want to be seen as being in a cult. And to make this point, I had some Glober that was calling us a cult the other day. I can't remember his name, some YouTuber. Anyway, and this particular dude was pointing out all the things that people like Jaren have gathered everybody up like shepherds, so they can justifiably be called cult-like. And I was kind of agreeing with this globehead in that regard because it's hard for me to do as a flat earther to say, yeah, look how we've all been shepherded into making ourselves look like cult members. No, we've had cult leaders do that for us, and anybody who's tried to oppose them doing it has had the typical cult-like behavior, you included, have been shouted down. Said that when you were arguing with Jaren, you argue all around the Wrekin about this with the cult leader. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to put it into words, and you're saying it's unfair that Jaren's now making the mainstream see us as a cult. No, flat Earth, not us or you. They are culty. The flat Earth believers are culty. Just they've been led to be that way by people like Jaren.
Hold that button, QE. Yeah, over the other side. I'm hearing a lot of things. What I really just loved was that, and the timbre that he had there.
Yeah.
You indicted with everything, and then changed up the pace after the indictment's beautiful to not allow him.
Yep.
Now what you've done is giving him no room to move by saying, can he surely claim victim on this shit?
Yep.
You've already made him accept the indictments, the poisoning well you so beautifully and eloquently presented. I love it, sir.
Yep. I do too. Yep. He's you put him in a position and you can see he's a defeated puppy. Yeah, good job, Z.
And certainly point out to you, and again, it's possible that your emotional connection is clouding your judgment. I'm willing to give you that latitude, but I'm not willing to give.
Oh, that was well done.
No, let me use my line. You absolute bastard. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. Bastard.
Yeah, when he's down. I understand after everything I've so saliently laid out, it's just because you love him, don't you? That's what you said to him. Because you love him, you can't see clearly. Well done, sir.
Has he done any?
There was a reason.
Hold on a second. Hold on a
reason.
second. There's a reason. Z, have you done any like hostage negotiations or anything like that before in your life?
I don't know how to answer that question. The short answer would be no.
It's so funny. You made me laugh out loud.
The words before chocolate goes out, you beautiful bastard.
Yep.
Go ahead, chocolate.
I was just gonna say, you see, there's a reason I was able to listen to this guy for 5 hours straight going on Jaren.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
That's why I came in and told you guys, like, this guy might be slightly interesting.
Yeah.
So.
Well, but they listened to me for 6 hours. So don't let that go to your head.
Jaren the latitude and let him off the hook at this point. That's something.
What did you backslide me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
But I'm not willing to give Jaren the latitude and let him off the hook at this point. That is something I won't do. Floor's yours.
Yeah, so I was gonna go address that. So for one, I coined the phrase "falsification is independent of replacement."
What the hell does that have anything to do with what he just said? Yes, you've coined that phrase, and in the same breath, claimed you were an alternative cosmologist. It was the dumbest thing I think I ever heard in one statement. Where'd he do that at? Did he do that on InfoWars? Remember he did that? Remember we were laughing our asses off at him?
I think it was
bollocks.
It was on Tim Pool. Go on, Adam.
I just claimed the term chocolate chip means that it's got chips of chocolate in it. Now, we can all get that point of agreement. Whether it's got anything that was so saliently put to me, previously, whether it's got anything to do with that, no, but we can agree on the fact that chocolate chip means it's got chips of chocolate.
Yeah.
What are you on about, you bum sniffer, Witsit? Hello? Conversation between two people.
Well, I remember when he used to say that consistently.
Yeah, I know,
Sorry.
but it has nothing to do with the discussion. It had nothing to do with what Z said.
Exactly. I want to get back on track into the video. Right. Yeah, exactly. That was the first thing you said, Kiwi. Completely non-responsive.
Yep.
Let's get the video playing again.
Yeah.
No, 1 second.
No,
it's him having a little ego rub for himself.
What?
That's all that is.
What's a non sequitur? But it's non sequitur. It's non sequitur, though.
No.
If he would have brought up Aunt Jenny's late summer tomato haul, it would have been just as relevant to what Z just told him.
I know I've not got any J's. If I did have one, or somebody wanted to donate one, could we have it? And just recognise after the salient point, which is where are you going to go? Are you being clouded by your friendship? I'm trying to summarise. Are you being clouded by your friendship and making your judgment a little bit perverted, knowing that Jaren's bent, which is what's been put to him, or not? Give me the J, and then let's hear.
I coined the phrase "independent is replacement." It's completely non sequitur is what we'll get if we hear it again. I mean, fine. But...
Yeah, I'm going to give him 2 J's. I want 2 J's on this, so everyone listen and to list how completely insane his response is. Here we go.
Emotional connection is clouding your judgment. I'm willing to give you that latitude, but I'm not willing to give Jaren the latitude and let him off the hook at this point. That is something I won't do. Floor's yours.
Yeah, so I was gonna go address that. So for one, I coined the phrase "falsification is independent of replacement." Right?
What?
Unresponsive.
Unbelievable.
You see, what he wants you to do is go, what, you coined that? Listen to the shit that comes out of this guy's mouth, yeah?
Yeah, but
every bit of it is loaded with chaff and misdirect.
That's what this is. Let's see if Z is subject to the absolute buffaloing of boneheaded bollocks. Let's see if this takes a special talent. Let's see if he can sift. You're getting tested now, Z. We're gonna see if you can sift through all the boneheaded buffalo bullshit he's gonna throw at you. Let's see if Z is worthy.
And the reason that I coined that phrase early on in debates was because people were always asking for a replacement model.
Why would be people asking for a replacement model? Who are these people? And you still don't know what a model is after 2 years of listening to me tear people ballers up over models. They're asking you for a replacement model. Who? We want the receipts for that.
He's talking about Clovers.
Super bullshit.
I got super chat, but that's still non-responsive, isn't it?
Yes.
Will Nanny sent Will Z release ping pong from his padded cell.
Hover off that play button, Kiwi. Chocolate, then Adam.
Yeah, he's talking about Globers because that's what he used to tell Globers all the time.
Okay.
Right.
Fine. Where's the model?
Does that in any way address anything that was just put to him by Z?
Exactly. Number one, he didn't address Z yet. Number two, what does that have to do? What replacement model for what model to replace something? You'd have to have the original model. So where's the original model at? Why would I need to replace it then? Follow?
No. So that's the
yeah.
Just let Adam go. Go ahead, Adam.
That's the indictment heard when, having recognised that members of his community were realising the model that they'd been presented with was false. What he didn't do was point out the error of what a model was. Went on to say, let me give you some philosophical bullshit. Yeah? what he does, what he sets himself up to do is some purveyor of truth without any true description. What was his description there? I point out whatever, yeah, because he's just cockwaffle.
Yep.
I can't even remember what it is, yeah. But that's the indictment of the man to me. Instead of doing what QE does, which is lose his shit over people describing the word model as if it has some significance to the real world, yeah. He does this. No, what I did was I meditated and said,
You could also take it as this is his way of trying to answer Z's question, right? By distinguishing himself from Jaren, because obviously Jaren has gone full force on a model, which is what has caused him to now leave flat Earth.
What a
right?
weird,
So
what a weird way to go about that, though. You can
well,
see.
I mean, who are we talking about? Ping pong golf ball.
You could see Z
Right?
here. I could see the look on Z's face, like, what in the hell are you talking about? I could see it.
And to me, that's not what I got into flat Earth. I found out that the model they told us isn't true.
Now we're into how you got into flat Earth and what model wasn't true. Again, not answering anything. Look, Z is going to go into a coma. It's just horseshit.
That's what he does. He just puts out a load of red herrings there that have no connection to anything.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Bores you into submission.
It's just incoherent, disconnected drivel. That's all this is.
Right, okay, just because I can hear it coming from multiple angles already. Just move off play a second. Everybody else, right? We've got a term for this. It's called chaff and redirect. I got it from the behavior panel originally. Right, QE's described it as a whole load of bullshit that he's going to throw out. Just for the sake of brevity, let's not all now point out that he's going to throw out that everything he throws out is spurious and non-responsive, as I first said and QE first said. Right, don't need it 20 more times.
Okay.
Everything he throws out is going to be non sequitur. Let's not have it highlighted every single time there's another piece of chaff flying off.
Yep, fair enough, unless it's egregious. But the real test is Z. Is Z going to be able to sift his way through this absolute gauntlet of bullshit? You're getting tested, Z. Let's see how it goes.
I falsified it. And I believe the proper way to go about flat Earth is to just acknowledge things as you can verify them and just go from there. And it's like it requires humility, accepting that we don't fully understand everything, especially with the sky, right? And the heavens. So I've never claimed that model. I've always said I don't claim a model. Every time I'm asked, I'm like, I don't claim a model. We don't have a model. What are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. Now, I have been in situations where I defend that AE map. It's because people are claiming to have debunked it with faulty reasoning, and I show that claim debunk of it isn't.
Who claimed it? Now, again, not answering the question, not answering what Z put to him. Now, all of a sudden, we're on the AE map, and people have claimed to you that they debunked it with faulty reasoning. You going to support that? By the way, let's hear your support for that horse shit.
I think you're being.
Hold on, me first. That's a hand wave dismissal, isn't it? What he's having put to him is the circumstances under which you went to Antarctica are now ambiguous because of the information that was presented to Jaren, right? That's on the table in discussion and being put to Witsit. In essence, what Witsit's just said has hand waved the overarching point with that statement. So, in Tester Z, does he now go, you know, and get annoyed with him because of what he's just done? Because he's now hand waving part of the actual stuff on the table. Vape Gate gets some consideration and focus, but this gets a hand wave with that statement about how you'll be looking into this model. No. On the table is how it was already deemed to be incorrect. Why would we be doing this in this way? Who cares that you, here after the fact, man, can suddenly justifiably say, well, I needed to do it for what yourself? This is an outrage. It hand waves, in essence, the objection, doesn't it?
Sure, in a way, but he still hasn't answered it. He's just red herring fallacied away. Let's see what Z's going to do about this.
I think you're being unfair.
Correct.
I don't think so. We're going to see what how Z
well,
handles this.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're being a little bit Mystic Meggy here, because there may be a link, right, given the question at hand, that somehow the AE map does address whether or not Jaren is a duplicitous deceiver, and
Hmm.
whether or not Witsit's cognition has been confused by his friendship with him, the point that was put to him.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe there is a connection. Stop jumping the gun, QE.
Yeah. The best way to deal with that situation, we all know, is after you've asked him the question, put him on mute and leave him talk. And then when he's finished talking, you come off mute or take him off mute, and then you ask him the same question again because you know he didn't answer it the first time.
You could do that.
From my understanding, with say, because like for example, something as simple as when
What's next? Rubik cube?
you get past the equator, the sun starts setting in the wrong direction. Right?
What the hell does this have anything to do with it? Look at Z.
So, I mean, from my understanding, Jaren, I showed him that if you actually look at dome optics, technically it could.
Dome optics?
That sounds like something you'd say on Candace's own show.
I'm on a boat. Right? I'm on this boat. I'm just north of Ghana. I'm heading to the equator, right? But I'm looking north, right? Because it's their summer. There's the sun. That equatorial line, you know, that imaginary thing that's demarcated by a GP position, which is a flat Earth elevation angle to the sun. And I get to that point, suddenly, sun's going the other way, apparently. That's what Witsit just claimed. What waffle is coming out, right? This is apologetics, yeah, that we dealt with JLB, these people. Now we've got a prominent flat earther, meat hooks out, yeah, big meat hooks, yeah, using this rhetoric. He just, somebody give me a J, I've got none.
No, Adam, you're missing this. Now we're talking about dome optics as opposed to talking about how much of a fraud Jaren is. And
don't care about dome optics. Care about what he just claimed with regards to what the sun does when I go south of the equator. He just told me
care
I'm
about
Rubik's Cube
Jaren
Earth.
and the question he was asked about Jaren. That's what we should be focused on, right?
He's talking
you know what I mean?
But that's the L2 step that he just did, right? He, like I said, he's trying to separate himself from Jared. So he just went into, I coined falsification as independent of replacement and blah, 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 right? But then sometimes I got to defend the AE map, right? because of faulty, what do you say? Faulty information. So why do you have to do that? He's just at the L2 step. In some sort of to try to separate himself from Jaren. That's what he's doing. He's trying to answer Z's question because he knows he got him, right? So he's trying, and this is the way he's got to do it. So now he's defending the very model you just said. Oh, I don't claim models. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
He's a clown, man.
Give chocolate a J.
No, we're not getting another J.
Yeah, you're all following the red herrings.
No, yep, exactly.
That's not the red
the apparent
herring.
position,
that
the
I want
apparent like
clarifying.
displacement of the sun could do that. From my understanding, Jaren started making that point, right? And Jaren reached out to me in private a while back, and he was like, a bunch of people are claiming, maybe a couple years ago, that the AE map is debunked and stuff. And like, what's your take on it? I'll just tell you from my perspective from the inside, Jaren, there's not some master plan here of him being deceptive. It's like he thought it was legit.
How can he think it was legit when he was part of the group that showed it was debunked?
See? Told you.
What the hell are you talking about, Witsit? You ass clown. He'll lie straight to your face. I mean, straight to your face without any hesitation. None. He doesn't realize he's too stupid. Witsit is such a dumb fuck. He doesn't realize he's contradicting himself. He doesn't get it. He's that stupid. Look at him. What an ass clown. I can't believe he said that. Let's see if Z bust his ass.
Okay. He thought that every
Austin, on that, is it fair to say that you really don't know what Jaren's mindset is? What his motives are?
Of course. I could never fully know. He could be deceiving me, but it would be the most immaculate deception. I've talked to the man for hours now.
Immaculate reception. That's Franco Harris, man. What are you talking about?
Deception, he said. Immaculate deception.
The separation from Jaren. Just like I said.
hours and hours and hours and hours behind the scene. Like I'm that would be super like narcissistic of me to act like I know for a fact he couldn't deceive me. I'm just saying like I don't think that, and nothing you're saying
Sorry,
is
pause a
has
second.
convinced.
This was a really important part. Sorry, fucking pause a second. Unbelievable.
Forget it.
What?
Forget
What?
it.
What?
Why am I being shouted at? I'm just trying to.
Because I'm getting
pause the
hungry.
video to point something out.
I stepped away for a second, Brian. I'm really sorry. Just take a chill pill.
Yeah.
We're off the
I was just
play
going to
button.
point out.
Brian just wants to say a few words. It's all okay, Q. Everything's okay.
Relax. Yeah, he said if Jaren was deceiving me just a moment ago, he said that would be the most immaculate deception. Then he just said a second ago, it would be narcissistic of me to think that he couldn't do that. But for him to deceive you would be so far-fetched because you're such a super intellect. That's what's going on in his head. That's what's going on in his head.
Yeah. He's super intellect, all right. I got Mr. Magoo over in the corner blushing. This dude is a stone-cold moron, Witsit. You're an asshat. That's why we used to call you shits at zero. That zero was for your IQ. You're a stone-cold dumbass. Contradicting, lying dumbass, dude. This is a joke. How are people fooled by this? Is he talking too fast for you? Is that what it is, people? Why did we get to this point with him? How did we get here? You morons.
Be deceiving me, but it would be the most immaculate deception. I've talked to the man for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours behind the scene. Like I'm that would be super like narcissistic of me to act like I know for a fact he couldn't deceive me. I'm just saying like I don't think that, and nothing you're saying is has convinced me of
nothing. You see, nothing you're saying has convinced me. Really, you dumbass.
That was a minute or so. What's your credibility for the man? Basically, I talked for a minute to say, yeah, I have none.
Yep. Let's see what Z does here.
Otherwise, now I see your point. Okay.
Oh, so you do see his point, but it's not convincing you. Contradict yourself much.
That's really interesting. I can see that he's a lying, duplicitous twat. But because of my perception of the world,
yep,
can't be.
Exactly. You got it. Yep. That's what he just said. Exactly, Adam. Yep.
Okay. I have
not okay.
Said I wasn't sure or even didn't think there was a 24-hour sun.
Now we're back to the 24-hour sun nonsense.
And the reason was because the quote-unquote evidence for it was just super.
What's the difference between quote-unquote evidence and evidence?
Shoddy. You know, and like in retrospect, I know why. It's very difficult to go there. And who knows, maybe it could be more conspiratorial and they try to set us up or whatever. But I always said, I'm not saying there isn't one. It wouldn't prove the Earth's.
We're going down Aunt Jenny's late summer tomato haul again. Let's see if Z is caught in this
globe or something, but I don't think there is one. Like I just think the evidence is pretty lacking. There should be, National Geographic would have already documented it. They put cameras in deserts to film freaking lizards for.
Oh my God. You've got to be kidding me. What the hell? Are you on some type of medication? Z's gonna bust his ass. He has to.
That's a question I've got for Z. Because Z, are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear us popping our shit? And I'm looking at you on screen. You're like, what the? Are you at this point cognizant of the shit that he's not, as we're saying, he's not addressing any point. You're just waiting.
Look, when somebody's hanging themselves, you just keep giving them enough rope to do so, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's a lot of. See, I already came through the computer, and knocked his chicklets out for what he just did to you. It's just the way it is. That's
Sometimes you get NVC right from people's ears, and maybe that's why Zed's covered his ear up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm getting nothing. He's just completely. Your facial is brilliant. I'm liking it.
Yeah, he does. He's oming him. We'll get with him and behind closed doors. We got to develop some of these skills, man.
For a month or whatever. So I thought it was weird. But I've always said I don't claim that model. I've been very particular about that since the beginning, and no one can.
You don't claim what model? It's a map. A map isn't a model, you moron. And I thought you never claimed a model to begin with. This is just circle jerk, incoherent, disconnected drivel. Not answering what Z's put to you. Still.
Can say anything other than that. So Jaren and I have disagreed on this for a while.
So Jaren and I, oh my God. So you've disagreed on an objective topic? You want to come again with that logic? For me, I want to know what you know about logic. That's one of the dumbest things I've heard. Not too many people would catch that. Unbelievable.
The reason I say I'm not going to turn on Jaren is because he's been loyal to me in terms of like real life.
Oh, now we're getting to the meat. Okay, here we go.
Stuff. He's having my back.
No. Nathan. Yeah. The reason, as director of public prosecutions, I wouldn't prosecute this man is because he gave me a leg up on my way within the legal system.
Yeah.
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 What have you just heard?
Yeah.
That is an indictment.
Yeah.
Mr. Witsit, not a defense.
What he's actually saying.
I'm going to do it again. What's he actually saying?
Is that after Bob left and passed away, you, Jaren, kept me around and kept me credible.
Ah.
That's what he's saying.
Okay, fair enough. Let's hear that again.
But I've always said I don't claim that model. I've been very particular about that since the beginning, and no one can say anything other than that. So Jaren and I have disagreed on this for a while. The reason I say I'm not going to turn on Jaren is because he's been loyal to me in terms of like real life stuff.
There's the indictment. You're exactly right, Adam. He just indicted himself. He's too stupid to realize it.
On my back, and I believe that's very important, especially when they're being attacked, right? So like when
Z is like no. Nope.
When people are kicking someone when they're down or whatever, and like you can say he deserves to be attacked or whatever. That's not the point. The point is that I just would never like turn my back on someone that I consider a friend when they're being attacked. I reach out to them in private. I reach out to Jaren in private.
Pause. So, at the height of the Savile scandal, I'm sure Mr. Jimmy, had lots of friends. Yeah. Should they not have turned their back on them? Because he'd helped them, yeah? Now, admittedly, he's been being accused of fiddling with a lot of children at this point. What should they do? They should just, like, stay silent, shouldn't they? Maybe fog the situation a little bit because he's helped them in the past, in his real life.
Yep.
Not with regards to the issues at hand, but because he's helped them in his real life. He knows a real person, that thing you've had with Jaren. Yeah. Because of that, I should just drop these standards. Bogger it.
Yep.
Let's cover it up.
There you
No,
go.
I never saw him.
Yeah.
I have something to add, something that's just sitting on me. Brian said to keep him credible. It was more like to keep him relevant because he's far from credible, but I know what you meant.
Yeah, that's what he meant. Adam, you're all over this, man. This is tortuous. Listen to this. Even though I know he's a compulsive liar, that he's too stupid to realize that he's indicting himself. He doesn't even know it. He's unaware of it.
This is it's what stupid people say in the police cell, isn't it?
Listen, guys, I have to start dinner. I'm cooking dinner tonight. All right. So I'm going to have to stop.
Come on, then.
This.
What are you cooking? What are you cooking?
I'm making, for the family, I'm making chicken wings.
Oh, wingies.
Wingies!
But I would like to say that we need to stay in contact with Z. Z, we need some contact information. Nathan, can you take Nathan? Are you still here?
Yes.
Can you like have your people get with Z's people and then get with other people and then come up? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I can actually do that now. And my people get in touch with Z's people, please. Thank you. It is all.
Is this your idea of networking?
Yeah, we're poor at it.
Yes.
Yep. So I'm gonna stop processions for this evening. Z, you are welcome back here anytime that you'd like, sir. We'll be finishing up this video. It looks like it's gonna run into next Tuesday is QE live. It's at 1 p.m. U.S. Central. We're gonna be continuing right here where I left off. So you're welcome to join if you like.
Move over, Dell.
I appreciate it, guys, and you know, I'm also a admirer of much of your work, especially Nathan's. So much love, and yeah, I'll certainly be back. So thanks, audience. Thanks, panel. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for joining. And with that, obviously, a massive thank you to Zetetic Warrior. His link to his channel is pinned in the BALLBUSTERS live stream chat. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you in the live stream audience for smashing the super chat, liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining as a QE member. Do you have memberships, actually, QE?
I do not.
This channel. In QE up on PayPal and all that good stuff. Another massive thank you to all the BALLBUSTERS panel and the participants from the general public, if there was any that did up during that stream. I've been Nathan Oakley. A massive thank you to Quantum Eraser for making this BALLBUSTERS possible, and we'll see you all in the next BALLBUSTERS.
Step up in this game like I'm hammering nails. Earth's so flat plane, listen up, I'll tell you tales. Home Depot vibes on my tools, no fails. Level up my vision while the world just derails. Jaren said it first, now I'm chasing the truth. First wanna know, is he shilling or aloof? Now I'm flexing with the facts while they playing the fool. Flat earth, no curve, I'm breaking all the rules. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. Like a Home Depot. Rolling deep through Antarctica, you know what's up. Snowflakes in the air, yeah, we sipping from the cup. Well, Duffy said, trust me, I came out of the blue. Started from the hustle, now I'm building my crew. Wait, I'm stacking up truth like I'm lumber from the store. Got the blueprint, baby, I'm ready for war. See the horizon straight, no dip in my sight. Thug life on the flat, bringing knowledge to the fight. With this line, Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So I'm here to break walls, I'm kicking down doors, hash street life, I'm hustling, what's mine is ours. A whole new vision, we gon' stack and we gon' rise. With my crew by my side, we defy all the lies. Earth is like Home Depot, got my crew on deck. Home Depot, we ballin'. All this knowledge better show respect. Home Depot, flat earth, they saying no way, but we out here grind. Home Depot, motivated, determined, leave the lies behind. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on a 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah. So remember this hustle, keep your eyes on the prize. Earth is flat like a board, like the ones on our 5. We'll build this place together, ain't no mountain too high. Home Depot mindset, we gon' reach for the sky, yeah.